here we go. So this is what the homepage of Magic Arena looks like. These are the various formats you can play. So currently we've got a competitive constructed league, best of 3 standard, competitive draft, best of 3 draft.
But drafting against AI, not against other human opponents, is that correct?
Drafting against AI, you play against
humans afterwards, yeah.
And originally the AI drafting sim was pretty bad. You could almost guarantee what was going to wheel. Now they have improved that significantly, and it's more similar to actually drafting against real opponents.
Sure.
Then we've got... And then we've got quick play. That's just best of ones,
which was all that was originally on it, correct? And then the best of 3 has been a more recent introduction.
That's right. Competitive play is best of 3, 1 single matches. Quick drafts, which are best of 1 matches but a full draft.
Okay.
And finally, quick constructed. So that
best of 1
matches. So
okay.
They occasionally have special formats which they introduce, like Pauper. We also had 2 really cool ones. So there was one where every player had 40 starting life. That was the only change, which basically just meant it was all control decks.
Yeah, because there's the playing aggro decks against the control tools doesn't really work out when everybody starts on twice as much life. Yeah,
exactly. And then there was another one where you had a starting hand of 9 cards, but could play 2 lands a turn. Which was quite cool. That was a really weird one.
So sort of a weird rampy, but you have to make sure you have enough lands in your deck that you can actually take advantage of that. Yeah.
Which actually was overpowered by mono red, because being able to
dump your hand out and get your Hazard on turn 2 or 3,
was quite ridiculous. So I played Turbo Fog in that, and that did extraordinarily well.
Of course,
it counters the mono red, and I get to ramp up to my Nexus of Fates much more quickly. So this is sort of what the main client looks like. Let's get started by opening my 1 random booster pack we've got. So let's see what we get. First thing to notice is booster packs are not 15 cards like they are on paper. A rare, 2 uncommons, and a hand full of commons.
Because they would like you to open more of them than you do in paper. So
absolutely.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is a new feature. This lets you...
Yes, I'd heard about the wildcard system.
That's it.
How exactly does it work?
We opened a common wildcard here.
Yep.
Can be cashed in for any common of your choice.
Okay.
In addition to that, every so many packs you open, you're guaranteed a common, a rare, and there is a mythic rare wildcard. So that enables you to build your decks.
And then once that fills up, you can redeem it for... Once one of those fills around, you can redeem it for the one of your choice.
That's right. You get another wild card. So
and is that like a token that goes into your account that you can use later?
Yeah, so if you look up there at the top, I've got 60 commons, 88 uncommons, which essentially grow on trees. Mythics are reasonably easy to come by because decks don't actually need that many mythics.
Yeah, generally speaking, you only want 1 to 2 of most of your mythics because a lot of them happen to be legendaries as well and things like that.
Yeah, rares is the stretch because most decks need a rare mana base.
Yeah,
which
and usually a rare creature or spell base of about like 12-ish cards.
Yeah, and so that's really difficult, especially lands. There's been a lot of calls on Twitter for them to start giving lands away for free because it feels bad having spent...
Not being able to play the game because the lands are missing.
Hi Scott, hi Hannah, just seen you both in the chat now. Yes, we didn't have sound when we started, but we're all good now. Nice to see Hannah with the eggplant emoji.
Just had a few things that we had to work out.
Absolutely. So Sam's here as our kind of standard expert. Won a PTQ last season with Mono Red. And then we went off to the RPTQ team, didn't we? And got absolutely trashed.
Yeah, that was not a good day.
But we still made it that far. Yeah. So
and it was a good experience as well because team events are always, whenever you can get into a team event, you should definitely go. If there's one thing I can recommend to Magic is that team events are a lot of fun.
It adds such a new aspect to the game. Being able to play with your friends just feels so much better. Magic's normally a one-on-one game. And
it's the only Magic format in which you can come out of a round having lost but still feeling triumphant because your team has won.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is a huge get.
So I think the first thing to do is get started. So we're going to join a competitive constructed league. We have selected Grixis Control to start with, haven't we? So, actually, probably one of the best things to do is start with a slight deck tech, if you like.
Yeah, sure. Let's have a look.
So this list has been pulled off MTG Top 8. It was a successful PPTQ list. A lot of 1s and 2-ofs, but it seems to work quite well. I've had a reasonable amount of success with it. Plenty of 5-0 leagues. So
that often works well for a control sort of strategy anyway, because you can get a lot of flexibility out of having slightly different answers for slightly different situations. You don't necessarily... The more aggressive a deck tends to be, as a rule, the more it's in on the 4-4-4-4 deck building style.
Absolutely, and because there's so much card selection with the Search for Azcanters, Glimmer of Geniuses, there's the Champion of Wits, they let you dig for your specific answers.
You can find the pieces that you need, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So, starting off with the removal suite, pretty normal, mixture of Fatal Pushes, Braids, Vraska's Contempt, obviously a 4-of.
Yeah, that's the big one, that's the big catch-all, isn't it?
Absolutely. Speaking of catch-alls, got a Commit to Memory as well.
As the 5th Vraska's Contempt, more or less.
Yeah, now the spicy ones are 2 copies of Doomfall and 1 copy of Consign to Oblivion.
Oh, I like that quite a lot, yeah. As a bit of a mana sink, yeah.
Absolutely, and sometimes if your opponent has a really terrible threat, you can end of turn bounce it, then force them to discard it. So a lot of plays I've done is bounce their cast out,
end of turn, and then
get a big
whilst they've
back.
not got enough mana to activate to cast it again, and then make them discard it from hand during your next turn. Yeah,
absolutely,
that's quite good.
So those Doomfalls good against hexproof creatures.
Yeah,
mostly.
It's another good catch-all, isn't it? It's another good.
It is.
It will always do something.
So
it's quite overcosted for the effect, but it will always do something.
But then again, Fatal Pushes are dead against control. Doomfall is great in that spot. Fatal Push is also dead against things like Carnage Tyrant. It's nice to have an answer to those creatures in the deck. Again, lets you dig through them. Then we've got our card draw and card selection package. So that's 1 copy of Search for Azcanta, 1 copy of Argul's Bloodfast, the 3 Champion of Wits letting you dig through.
Yeah, that card's just great.
And 1 copy of Glimmer of Genius. Again, works really well with the Torrential Gearhulks, letting you flash back. And then finally, we've got our Counterspell package. So 1 copy of Disallow, which is quite an interesting one.
Double blue, I imagine. Bit of a problem for a 3-colour mana base in this particular environment.
I think that's probably it. 2 copies of Supreme Will, kind of the blue version of Doomfall.
The Doomfall, yeah, the do everything card.
Yeah, so Counterspell, Mana Leaker Spell, I guess, or Impulse, both 2 powerful effects.
Both two powerful 2 mana effects put together on a 3 mana card. Makes sense.
Very reasonable, and all instant speed. And then we get down into Glimmer of Genius, just 1 copy. And then finally we've got our finishers, if you like. 2 Torrential Gearhulks, 2 Scarab Gods, 2 Liliana, and 2 Nicobolas.
Yeah, this one is one that I've been kind of interested at seeing in play in a standard environment, but hasn't quite come around as of yet. Possibly with Ravnica coming back, all the shock lands coming back in. Grixis is certainly a supported mana base in the first set of lands coming out, so we could well see this guy popping up in standard in a more significant capacity very soon.
Absolutely, and there's a lot of powerful effects here. So, for example, you've got one of the things I like to do a lot with this deck is Scarab God, get back Nicobolas in my opponent's draw step, force them to
pretty mean, yeah.
Discard
force
the card
them to
they just
discard
drawn.
whatever sorcery speed effect they've just drawn. Yeah.
Absolutely.
How many times have you memoried off a Torrential Gearhulk when you're completely out of gas in the late game against another very slow, dirty sort of control deck?
Only very rarely, to be completely honest with you. A lot of the time, if I'm in the position where I've got a Torrential Gearhulk in hand,
you've got something else that would pull you ahead without giving your opponent a whole new hand of cards. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's happened once or twice. Normally when I've had to dig for very specific answers, like my opponent's got a Carnage Tyrant, I need to find a Doomfall.
Yeah.
But generally I don't like to have to do it if I can get away with it. I'd much rather be flashing back a Glimmer of Genius. So that's the main deck. Let's move to the sideboard. So 3 Duress, 2 Negate, 1 Sorcerer Spyglass.
Yeah, standard sort of answer package there, yeah.
Pretty much for your control mirror. Then we've got essentially the anti-mono red, which is the Chandler's Defeats, the Henny's Expertise,
and the Arrow Devastation.
fantastic for taking out
key catch up on
Chandras
Hazaret and Chandras there. Yeah.
Absolutely.
The Planeswalker clause and the lose indestructibility clause, respectively.
Sorcerer Spyglass, you can almost bring in any matchup, to be fair.
You will be able to find something in most decks in Standard.
Mostly that card you want to name
Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, yeah.
Because that is
A very, very busted Planeswalker that probably should have cost more mana or not untapped so many lands.
Absolutely. And then finally, my favourite, 4 Glint-Sleeve Siphoners.
So, also for the control mirrors.
Essentially for any deck that isn't Chainwhirler. I would play all 4 of these in the main if Chainwhirler didn't exist. Unfortunately, it really hurts playing this on turn 2 just to have it
Immediately get, you 0 for 1 yourself to no advantage.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyway, that's the deck. Let's get started in a competitive league. So, just a little bit about the currency. You can join with gold or gems.
Right.
Gold is generally
Reward currency.
reward currency. Absolutely right. Gems are what you have to purchase. There are ways to win gems. Few and far between.
But in very limited quantities, yeah. That's the sort of standard freemium model, isn't it?
Absolutely, it is.
You give people just enough of the premium currency that they then want to go out and buy some more.
Yeah.
So that they can spend it on something actually relevant.
Well, exactly. So I think we're going to start with 1,000 gold rather than gems.
That seems sensible, yeah.
Seeing that I've got plenty of it, we'll select Grixis Control, and let's get started. Some really sweet, helpful tips here. Telling you all about how to curve out with an ideal draw.
I see.
Letting you play a land each turn, and use all your available mana each turn, just in case you didn't know what curving out was.
Just in case that doesn't work normally.
So here we go. Pockets McGee is our opponent. What a name! I don't think it beats Engulfing Slagworm, which is...
Tell us the story behind Engulfing Slagworm, George.
Engulfing Slagworm's my favourite Magic card. It also happens to be my pet name for my wife, which she's obviously very keen to see. So this hand...
It looks pretty serviceable to me. I mean, against an unknown... We don't know what our opponent's got, so it's missing, for example, a removal spell, but if we desperately need one, we've got a Champion of Wits to help us find that. We've got an Ardor's Bloodfast to play on turn 2 to draw us more cards, and then we've got Glimmer Genius to draw us more cards. So
I think this is fantastic.
Looks serviceable to me.
If it's mono red, I'm a little bit...
We're a little bit behind the 8 ball, yeah.
But we like to see a tap drown Catacomb then with this hand, don't we? So, obviously starting with a tap Fetterpools.
Looking like a control mirror of some sort based on that. A little early to tell.
Opponent saying hello, so we'll use one of our 5 options of chat functions to say hello back.
Well, that is a sensible decision they've made there to remove the chat functions because we all know, don't we, what people on the internet will say if you give them unrestricted typing chat options.
Indeed.
And Wizards of the Coast probably not keen on.
So are we just slamming this Bloodfast down?
I don't see any reason not to. It's very unlikely they've got much of any 2-mana counter spells on in game 1 because they just don't print good ones anymore.
And we're already winning.
Yeah, that is a good start for us in this particular kind of matchup.
Ooh.
Esper Control.
Esper.
Or Esper of some description.
I think we're...
Continuing with the slamming of things into things, I think.
You think?
I think so. I don't know what we're scared of.
I guess a disallow.
No, I mean, are we scared of him resolving anything in the following turn?
I don't think so.
Then we're quite happy if he wasted a disallow on this, right? When we've got much better 4 and 5 mana things later on.
And if we get to resolve it and discard some of these rubbish removal spells.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a Braden Fatal Push going, is it?
Do we have enough lands? Could we discard a land?
Well, there's only got 2, and if this control mirror lands... Well, definitely discarding Fatal Push.
Yeah, let's discard the Braid. You're right.
I can't see what in the Esper Control matchup we'd want to be a braiding. Hi Cedric, nice to see you. Playing a bit of Grixis Control, I think this is probably your kind of deck.
Your wheelhouse, yeah.
Absolutely. So you know what I was saying about Fatal Push and...
I was wondering if something like this might happen, yeah.
So now are we attempting to Vraska's Contempt it?
Yeah, I think so.
2 mana's not incredible.
Super worrying. Yeah, well, if he had a 2-mana answer, if he had a 2-mana counterspell answer, then the Bloodfast probably wouldn't have resolved.
Should we attack first? He might decide to block.
Yes, that's unlikely, but true. How much energy does our opponent have? Does he have any?
1 energy. You get to see it.
Nah, he's got 1 there. Yeah,
so
so
just
he can't immediately.
Vraska's Contempt now? Are we scared of a Teferi? Would we rather end turn?
No, we might be able to counter it at that point. I think we just need to get it off the board here.
I'm scared of a Teferi though. If he just...
We could play it in... no, it's got Menace, hasn't it? We could have...
Still doesn't save us. I think I want to end step it. He's not going to get to draw this turn anyway.
True.
So it's just a 2-1 Menace for the time being. Let's see.
Yeah, so with I know there that you're clicking through the various phases of your opponent's priority there. So how exactly does that happen every time that your opponent does something in this particular version of the game? So Magic Online, you have some control over when those stops happen and when they don't.
So no, you stop at every point you gain priority in this. So you can hit the pass turn button, which will skip you through your entire opponent's turn
until the end of next. Yeah.
Unless you have the ability to respond, in which case it allows you to. You can also set stops the same way you can in Magic Online by clicking the stages.
Yeah, I think we're more concerned about that, aren't we, than we are about...
Are we disallowing that?
I feel like we want to, yeah.
Yeah, okay, we'll disallow the Search House counter. There's nothing you can do scary with 3 mana, is there? Moves to the end of turn. Okay. Ooh, Doomfall.
Ah, there we go.
Play a land.
So I kind of like just...
Now, one of the things you can notice about this game is sometimes, if it passes through phases really quickly, it means your opponent hasn't got an answer.
Hasn't got a thing that can respond. That's an interesting bit of extra information.
So it might be worth just trying to Vraska's Contempt now.
Well, we can use Doomfall to just get rid of it, can't we? And then we can also activate the Bloodfast.
Actually, that is absolutely right. So just avoid the auto-tapping. We want to use that for colourless, don't we? We probably want to hold up a mountain, just keep the...
Or do we actually... Hold on. Do we want to activate the Bloodfast first? To see if we draw a cheaper removal spell that might be more useful.
I'd rather Doomfall first in case he's got something like a Syncopate. 2 mana would let us pay for Syncopate.
That's fair. Yeah.
So let's do that.
I was thinking we might draw another Abrade or Fatal Push or something of that nature.
So we need them to exile. Oh, and that seems to work out. Sweet.
So yeah, grab your extra card.
Boom. Well, there's no point doing it.
Have we played a land this turn?
1, 2, 3. We went first, didn't we?
That's why I'm sort of tempted to see if we can hit our land drop.
Yeah, right. Let's activate Bloodfast now. Let's see what we can do. Apparently
No,
we did play
land
land.
that turn. Okay.
Just give our opponent the information of we're tapping out. So Magic Arena.
We've got the Vraska's Contempt. We are fairly well insulated from whatever they could choose to do, but they didn't choose to do anything.
Didn't do anything at all.
Perfect.
So Magic Arena is really user friendly, far better than Magic Online. Magic Online was a client designed in the 90s, and hasn't really seen much in the way of updates since.
No, it certainly hasn't.
This, on the other hand, there's auto tapping for mana. It skips automatically if you've got no responses, which sometimes can be a detriment.
Bit of a giveaway.
But for the most part, it works really well.
Functionally, a lot of the time, it is the same, yeah.
So we're just holding up the ability to do everything here, aren't we? There's no point playing champion. We're not doing anything responsive to that, are we?
No, I suppose not. We could cycle this to see if we hit a cheaper counter spell, but I'm fairly happy to just let that resolve.
Yeah.
And then set ourselves up in the same way.
I feel like we're sufficiently far ahead in this game that we don't really need to...
Yeah. Okay, so now end of turn,
We're not... No, this is our end of turn.
Is it?
Because the...
the stop is still there.
The stop's
yes,
there, so then we pass to our opponent's turn.
In which case, yeah, we definitely didn't want to do anything there. So we want to respond to whatever scary thing they do. Because there's almost certainly a scary thing coming.
It seems to be working. Yeah, I feel like
our opponent has a lot of resources available to them.
Wow,
that's totally fine.
That is incredible for us. If you want to spend 4 mana killing,
well, he's going to put like a Siphon on. Yeah, that's fine.
His own champion
is
away.
Fine. Yeah. Now the question is, do we want to contempt his champion so that it doesn't come back later as a threat, or do we just leave it in play?
I don't think that's a big scary threat for us, and I think I'd rather just Glimmer here. I think
cycle this and then Glimmer, yeah. Or Glimmer first maybe, and see if we want to draw another card off this.
Yeah, we want to see if we definitely want to hit a land drop next turn. So if we dig and don't manage to find one, then obviously we want to.
Yeah.
And you can see the big egg timer in the middle. He's taking his turn. He's taking his time to decide what he wants to discard. I think it's going to be some useless removal spells, some fatal pushes maybe.
More than likely, yeah. Possibly another Yeheni's Expertise.
I mean, Yeheni's Expertise in the main is a bit...
It's a bit of a stretch, isn't it? Particularly when you've got some of your own threats like this and Glint-Sleeve Siphoner that it kills.
Yeah, that seems really bad.
Seems a bit dubious to me.
Unless you get to Yenny's expertise and play free champion, sometimes that works out quite nicely.
I suppose, but I'd much rather play a free Bloodfast or Searchrise Canter. That seems much better to me.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna build your control deck with sweepers in the main, then
yes.
it seems sensible to not have creatures that die to them.
Cedric, you're right, mate. The only way to communicate in this game is through these 5 options. That is absolutely it. You can't chat, and as Sam was saying earlier,
when you give unrestricted access of that sort of thing to basically Reddit is what happens.
Yeah, you end up with some
extremely negative and hostile and toxic things being said from player to player. It's an unfortunate aspect of the online gaming community. It's just a thing that will end up happening.
I mean, sometimes you do really want to say rude words to your opponent when they top deck the 3rd answer in a row, but for the most part.
So a little thing just popped up here saying timeout used for our opponent. So what does that mean?
So the way the time works in this, you'll see in the top left just up here, 1 egg timer, and you'll see we've got none. So essentially what that means is you only get a certain amount of time to use. Unlike Magic Online where there is
a chess
clock, this is based on each turn, and when the arena client decides you've progressed quickly, it awards bonus timeouts to give you further thinking time in later turns.
I see.
And eventually when you start running out of timeouts, then eventually it will skip your turn. Yeah, Sam, or just when they use Teferi. Sometimes you really just want to moan at your opponent for playing a Teferi.
When they take a million turns in a row with Teferi and the Nexus of Fate.
Which I'm very guilty of, because it's the only way to play Magic.
Obnoxiously.
Magic is a zero-sum game. There is only a finite amount of fun to be had, and I'm having absolutely all of it.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll see now.
As am I when I'm turning Hazoret sideways.
This is the timer.
Different strokes for different folks. Yes, I can see that ticking
Our
down.
opponent's run out of timeout, so when this runs out, it will just skip.
End his turn, but he's midway through resolving an effect, so how's that
It will automatically resolve the rest of the effect, so it will just randomly choose.
Just discard some cards.
In which case, he decided to concede.
Okay.
So, a very quick win to start us off.
So is that effectively a...
So we win that.
So is that a timeout for our opponent then, rather than a...
That was a timeout.
So he lost due to timeout rather than losing due to actually conceding the match.
Exactly.
Interesting. Okay.
So we get Savage Stomp, and we get a new deck. Gaining Ground.
Oh, interesting.
It's got Twilight Prophet in it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Some other bits and pieces.
So it actually grants you a... So it occasionally actually grants you a deck which contains... Or was that some sort of...
So you
more
have
limited reward.
So
is that one of these ones on the timeline here?
Yeah, most games of this type, Hearthstone included, will have like your daily rewards, your daily quests. Yeah. Magic Arena is no different. One of the daily quests can unlock you new decks. So most of these decks you see
are ones that it's granted to you.
I haven't named a deck Scurvy Dogs or the Legion of Dusk. My decks, you'll probably notice,
kicking and screaming,
are reasonably straightforwardly named. Esper Control, Turbo Fog, Pauper, Grixis Control. All these ones are ones that have been given to me by the client.
So that's another way in which the if you keep up with it, that your collection can be expanded, is that it will periodically. So for example, your deck that you're currently playing might be vaguely interested in a Twilight Prophet, for example, as a one-off.
You scroll down, things like Cast Down, you might play Resplendent Angel as a mythic. That might see some play. Murder.
Pixelland's Binding will shortly be useful with the rotation of Cast Out. Yeah.
Exactly. Twilight Prophet.
Another Vraska's Contempt.
So there are some legitimate cards in here.
But now we run into the other side of the coin, where now you have just received your 5th copy of Vraska's Contempt, George.
Oh, that's true. I have got my 5th copy of Vraska's Contempt.
So what does that do?
So that adds to... There is still a vault somewhere. I don't believe it shows you it anymore, but eventually if you get enough cards... Extra, it will give you a vault unlock, which gives you a whole bunch of wild cards, like a mythic, 3 rares and some uncommons or whatever. But so Scott asks us what got us into playing Magic. Sam, what got you into playing Magic?
So it was mostly a group of friends in the 2nd year of my university time. I briefly tried it in Darksteel when a friend of mine and I bought it. Hi, is it player? Nice to see you.
Playing Sam playing Cedric in the Mega
Modern playing Storm. Cool. That deck is a lot of fun in Modern.
It is a lot of fun.
When your creatures don't die. When your creatures die a lot, it's not so fun. But
sometimes you can
sometimes
just go,
they don't, and then you just win.
Sometimes you can just go ritual, metamorphose, empty the warrants, and your opponent can't win.
And your opponent goes, oh yeah, it can do that sometimes, and I'm dead.
Now this is a real.
This is a not keepable hand. I don't think it's not got enough business in it. Right. Are we going first or second?
We're going first.
I'm sceptical, but we do have a cycling land, I suppose. So,
but don't we want to play that first? Let this come in untapped. I feel
I'd rather play the Sulphur Falls first, and then because if we're playing a control matchup or something, then we're in deep trouble here.
So is this keepable? I'm leaning towards yes, and hoping it's a creature.
I suppose
matchup.
it does have 4 lands in it. Yeah, all right. We've got the lands to keep going. So.
I hate this so much, but I feel like we're going to keep. Please don't be a control deck. Please.
Or at least if you're going to be a control deck, be it. So yeah, Sulphur Falls first. Yeah.
Okay, Sulphur Falls it is. I agree. Being able to cycle the fetid pools is probably
just
worth
in
it.
case we're. Oh, Forest is a good indication for that.
Oh, Merfolk maybe?
Yeah, that's got to be Merfolk, hasn't it? Okay, now we play a Swamp, I guess, so that we can cast our Fatal Push.
Yes, I think you're right.
And then,
do we play it immediately or wait to see what they play?
Maybe we want to abrade this now.
For mana efficiency.
For mana efficiency reasons, yeah.
Do you want to do it instant speed in their turn?
If he's blue-green Merfolk, then that might open us up to counter magic. So I kind of just.
If he's countering a removal spell on a 1/1, I'm happy.
Well, it'll be a 2/2
that.
at that point if he plays an island.
Yes, that's true.
Works.
All right, well let's just kill it then. With the
Plus, he
abrade.
might have blossoming defenses and other things as well.
Yeah,
so
you're probably right.
I'm in particularly against this kind of deck. It's the double whammy of blossoming defense and spell pierces that you got to beat. So I'm kind of happy with forcing him to. If he plays another 2-mana guy here, then we can immediately just snap the same thing off again.
True.
Cedric, double check here. Our opponent did in fact name Merfolk. Yep, good.
Oh.
Revealing Merfolk Trickster.
And look, you'll see once a card's been revealed, you can see it in their hand.
See it in their hand forever. That's quite handy. Trickster is the thing that converts one of our creatures into a 0/1. Is that correct?
No, it's creatures lose all abilities and tap it. It's got a flash.
Okay.
So I assume we're playing a tap land here and just abrading again.
Yeah.
Or they do play some 3 toughness, like 4 mana dudes. So maybe we fatal push or we can.
This one, yeah.
So fatal push this one and play.
Play Field of Ruin so we can cycle a land, I think, because we're now up to 2 cycle lands. So just in terms of keeping things moving, we probably want to go that way.
I think I probably agree. That's a good point, and we can still hold up a braid if we want to use it. So Cedric, it's funny you say you started playing Magic because your best friends was playing it in college. I started playing because one of my friends listened to a podcast which talked about Magic, and he bought a couple of dual decks and wanted to know if I fancied playing it.
Yeah, so we'll just cycle a land now, yeah. Don't need to upgrade that immediately.
So which one are we more likely want to keep? The second?
We got plenty of red sources, so I think Cycle the Canyon Slough is fine.
Yes,
we got
you're
the
right.
Sulphur Falls there, so...
Let's get rid of that.
Even more red sources, perfect.
And Avrasta's Contempt.
This is going reasonably well for us,
So I guess we still need. Now here's an interesting one. Here's my suggestion. We play the Sulphur Fall, the Mountain, which enters untapped. We can then Field of Ruin to get another black source, and then either abrade or cycle the fetid pools, because our opponent still doesn't have a blue source. Remember?
Yeah.
So cutting them off. Oh no, he'll play get an island.
Yeah, he'll get an island off the Field of Ruin there. Yeah, my concern here is thinking about. So what I'm thinking about here is. Our opponent has a green up, so he might have a blossoming defense. So how do we best play around that? So obviously we don't want him to get the extra 2 damage on us from attacking us with the blossoming defense up. So I kind of like casting the abrade here, and then playing a tap land.
The abrade and a tap land. Okay, yep, cool. I can see that.
So I play the Sulphur Falls.
So we'll just abrade that, because that thing gets out of hand quite quickly as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then play the Sulphur Falls.
We are going to need to find a second black source for this Vraska's Contempt.
Yeah, but I feel like that one. We've got, as you say, we've got the Field of Ruin at some point if we desperately need it for that, and I feel like I'd rather keep the option of being able to cycle the land for as long as possible.
Yeah, right, fair enough.
Let's be honest, this deck wants to get to about 6 lands and then stop, doesn't it? Really.
That is going to be difficult for us to deal with.
Yes, it is, because we are Esper, which is not traditionally a colour combination that can do anything about that. So yeah, I'd play the land here and.
Just pass the turn. We can always get a revolt trigger by sacking our Field of Ruin, kill something slightly bigger.
Yep.
So this is going to be really difficult for us to deal with. this is why a revolt trigger will be useful. Killing this Commander is going to be very useful.
I would, given the way he's tapped his mana, I would time it such that you Field of Ruin his unclaimed territory, and then in response to the revolt trigger, before he gets a blue mana back.
So we're going to have to hold priority. So control gives you full control.
Okay.
So that enables you to specify which lands to untap, which mana to spend. So mana's in my pool here. So I choose the mana I want to spend, and then in response. And
now we've got revolt. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So we want to make sure that happens before our opponent gets a blue mana, so that if he has any counter magic in hand, that he can't use it to save his guy.
Blossoming Defense still gets us, but we're safe. We're done.
Fine.
And then we can hit cancel to remove full control,
and then take us back into the normal flow.
So now we have to get another swamp, don't we?
Yep. We want the swamp here, definitely.
And we can even cycle our
And now we
fetid.
can cycle a fetid pool.
Ah, sweet.
Easy peasy.
We need something to get us card advantage here, though, because we're running out of answers. Now, do we want to Doom Fall their hand?
I feel like we might want to, yeah, because there might be another Commander or something. And we are, as you say, we're going to need to find another avenue to deal with the endless parade of 1/1s here.
So reveal their hand.
Using that to get rid of a 1/1 token doesn't feel particularly. Yeah, we'll take that other Commander, please. Thank you.
Sweet. And pass turn.
Yep.
So what are we looking for here? Scarab God?
Scarab God would be excellent. Torrential Gearhulk would be excellent.
Liliana?
Glimmer of Genius, Liliana, yeah, Nicol Bolas. There's a lot of good hits.
Any of our expensive creatures, basically. Any of our expensive plays, basically.
Or card draw to enable us to set up any of those expensive plays. Because we're not under we're under some pressure, but it's not out of control amounts of pressure here.
Even just a blocker. That was the last thing.
Not what we wanted. Yeah, but we still have to play it out.
Still play it. And pass the turn again.
Yeah. However, I'd suggest from here on not playing any subsequent lands that we draw, because of the possibility of drawing something like a Champion of Wits, and therefore having an extra card floating in hand might be quite useful as a filter.
To be able to discard it, you mean?
Yeah, we might want to Vraska's Contempt this River Sneak here.
It's going to get out of hand. We know there are only...
That's all he's got, yeah, so I think we just fire this off here.
Okay.
It's not an ideal target, but we're at the point now where we need to just sort of...
This Deep-Root Waters has got a hell of a lot of value off it, hasn't it?
Yeah, certainly has.
Consign to Oblivion? Bounce that, make him discard it?
That would work. But then we'd still have to deal with the board.
So we don't play this one.
I believe I'd hold on to that here in case we draw a Champion of Wits, and then...
And if we draw anything other than another land, we can still choose to play it if we need to.
Fairly standard. Most Magic players will be familiar. Keep the last land in your hand.
So Cedric, the main win con in this deck is a combination of, we've got Scarab Gods, Liliana, Death's Majesty, some Torrential Gearhulks we've just drawn,
and a couple of Nicol Bolases.
Now what can we flash back
I
here?
would be tempted here to just immediately cast the Vraska's Contempt on his Jungleborn Pioneer before he can draw a counterspell for it, or any interaction for it.
Would you not rather flash it in response to an attack?
But then he gets an extra card from his turn, and he might then very well have a. He might draw some piece of interaction. Basically.
Alright, yeah, let's go for it then. Let's drop this bad boy in now. And Vraska's Contempt's the best removal spell because it gains us life.
Because it gains us some life, absolutely.
Yeah, sweet, cool. We'll do that then.
Because as I say, I believe we're going to need to find some other answer to the pile of 1/1s. So I don't feel like the risk of it's a risk reward thing. We gain a bit of reward by being able to kill an extra 1/1, but I feel like the risk of how that goes wrong if he manages to get rid of it is,
and I suppose
greater.
They get to tap it down with the Trickster anyway in response, so I guess there's no real benefit there.
Yeah.
So, do we kill the Trickster? They're both 2/2s. That dies to a Fatal Push. This doesn't.
So yeah, kill the Pioneer.
Cool.
I believe what our opponent was trying there was seeing if making the Gearhulk into a creature with no abilities was would then stop the flashback from happening, but it did not.
That's not the way that card works, unfortunately.
No.
Unfortunately for our opponent. So we're taking a big hit here. 5, 6,
well,
7.
We can. Oh yeah, the Gearhulk's tapped out.
Yeah, because that's what the Trickster does. Ooh, that's
a good start. Yep. So we'll go. Don't auto tap here. Already done it. No, that's all right actually. Yeah.
So take action and. Ouch.
Oof, that's rough.
The 2 islands.
Yep.
Yeah. Ouch. That's real bad.
And then we just have to. Yeah.
But at least hopefully we get to block with this and then get it back next turn.
Yes, that is quite nice. One of the nicer features of that particular card.
I mean, our opponent has to attack, don't they?
I believe so. We take 4, then it depends if they've got another Merfolk or not. Yeah, I think they do attack now because they've now got enough extra bodies that it shouldn't really matter.
The old 5-mana Silvergill.
Yep, so we're definitely snap blocking the 2/2s, obvious reasons.
Yeah. Now we have to draw something really... Ooh.
That's a good start.
So
Is
if
it
we
enough?
Dragon Skull...
Can we play an activate? Have we got enough mana for
No,
that?
we can't. We're 1 mana shy.
Hmm.
There's nothing we can do here.
No,
We are just
I don't
dead.
think so.
I
That's
guess
the Eternalize effect, isn't
Yeah,
it?
we
We
just-
can't. Can we draw a Fatal Push? Does that save us?
Fatal
No,
Push
he's
that,
got too many
but-
1/1s with
So-
Hexproof, doesn't he?
we just concede here?
Yeah. There's no point showing our opponent the Scarab God.
No.
I mean, he'll probably suspect it, but there's no point showing it to him.
Yeah, you're right. Right then. So, to the sideboard. Obviously, we want the 2 sweepers, don't we?
Definitely, 100%. And the extra Fatal Push.
And the extra Fatal Push. Anything else there taking your
He
fancy?
didn't come in very. I suppose the waters. Maybe a duress for the Deep Root Waters.
We obviously don't want Chandra to defeat that. That's nothing.
We're expecting him to bring in a lot of counter magic as well, so I actually like a duress or 2, perhaps.
Well, let's bring in all the duresses and let's see what we might
What
want
we
to
might
take
want
out.
to take out.
So we want the Fatal Pushes.
Yep, definitely.
Essence Scatter?
Definitely want Essence Scatter.
Do we want
Search we need.
Bloodfast?
I'm not sure we can afford to pay the life to Bloodfast.
All
here.
the time. So let's get rid of that.
Is Consigned to Oblivion too slow and inefficient? It is an answer to our old Deep Root Waters,
It
but
is.
I'm not sure that we can reliably set that up. And then we can't use it's not good enough to use on any of his creatures.
Surely we don't want Doomfalls.
That's true, yeah.
They're
because
really
of the,
weak.
because of the presence of the 1/1s, yeah.
Let's keep
So 3 more cards to take out.
Commit to Memory. I'd rather.
Yeah,
I
again,
think I'd rather have a Consign.
it is very slow. Yeah, I could see that.
And Syncopates are
Yeah,
good on the
Syncopates
play.
are,
This is good. This is good. This is good. So all of these cards are good now. So we've got 2 cards to get rid
we
of.
can't really defend that Liliana with the if he gets the pile of 1/1s draw going, can we?
Yeah, it ticks up. You just tick it up over and over.
Hmm.
We're running out of time. So 2 cards. Do you want to cut some more duresses?
Cut 1 duress, and then
You.
we
like
could lose
that
a
as an
3.
answer.
We could lose a 3-mana counter spell like a Supreme Will, because they're not super efficient.
Yeah, let's get rid of Supreme Will then. Cool. So there we go. 60 cards. Ooh,
Could
that's a bad miss.
Could you submit with 61 cards if you wanted to? Is
Yes.
that something you can do? Okay.
Like in any other form of Magic, you're allowed to bring in more cards. You just can't
Not advisable.
any less. Now, we have a turn 2 Syncopate.
But that's basically it. We need to hit another land for
One
our
land,
champions,
though, basically fixes us forever.
That is very true.
Because we then get to dig through our deck to find the next.
Yeah.
And that's our most powerful card in
I
this
think we should
matchup.
definitely keep this, yeah. It could go very wrong for us, but I think that's just a risk we have to take.
Now, what we want to see is Drowned Catacomb off the top.
Yeah, that would pretty much set us up.
Sulphur Falls
I don't
first?
see, yeah, doesn't really make any difference.
Well, yeah, you're probably right, yeah. I guess if we draw in a braid... I guess if we
Let me
draw...
just play the island, yeah. It doesn't really matter either.
Oh.
There we go, easy peasy.
See? Knew we get there. Job done. And now we're going to syncopate.
Whatever his
Make
2-drop
our
is.
opponent's life miserable. What are you going to play, my friend?
Unclaimed territory, not Cavern of Souls, it turns out. Hopefully he plays a Deep Root Elite. Ah, that one.
I'll take
Go away.
anything.
Yeah. A1. You can't. Oh, that's a shame.
Wah, wah.
This does leave us, assuming we're planning on,
Oh, look at this. We're just finding the lands we need. So,
assuming that we,
Island Champion
yeah,
here.
definitely. We might be leaving ourselves a little open here if he's got a Commander or something to follow that up with, because we don't necessarily have a Revolt enabler for that Fatal Push.
Now,
but-
I want to bowl us into Scarab God.
Yep.
So we have
Agreed.
to discard something here.
I discard Swamp Fatal Push here, I think.
We need the untapped land next turn.
Oh,
so it
true,
has
yes.
to
Summit
be-
doesn't enter on tap, so I forgot about that, yeah.
So we have to discard those
Yeah.
two.
Yep.
Feels sad having to discard a piece of removal.
A Fatal
but-
Push in this particular matchup, yeah. But as I say, we're currently concerned about whatever 3-drop he's about to
Yeah.
play, which Fatal Push doesn't answer with our current hand. So
Sam, you're absolutely right. This was a really strong hand, but only if we drew
we
that
hit those
third
lands,
land.
yes.
That was a risk, calculated risk that never in paper works out for me. Maybe it's my dodgy shuffling. Oh, and they didn't even have the Deep Root Waters.
There we go, easy.
So bolus.
Yeah, definitely.
And you get to discard a card, my friend. I like built-in 2-for-1s, don't you?
These animations are excellent, incidentally.
It's sweet, isn't it? And the best...
Definitely non-attacking.
And the best thing as well is that they don't actually slow the game down. You can keep making game actions while the animation goes on.
Interesting. Okay.
Because that was you originally
One of the
couldn't,
concerns,
and people
yeah.
moaned about it, that you just had to sit here.
And wait for whatever hilarious summoning animation that Wizards decided to put in to play out.
And you're new to this, but once you've watched that same animation 100 times...
16 times, yes.
It grates a little bit.
I mean, our opponent's draw doesn't appear to have been too bad either.
Island Scarab God.
Looks like it's been quite serviceable, but yeah. Definitely.
Are we attacking with Bolas here?
Do we feel any particular need to?
I mean, if this is your board, are you attacking in Scarab God Champion?
If he's got a Lord of some description, is there an actual Merfolk Lord?
There is a Merfolk Lord, 2 mana Lord.
The Deep Root Elite only provides counters.
Not
right?
Deep Root Elite, there's an actual Lord.
Oh yeah, the actual uncommon Lord. Yeah.
So I guess not attacking. We're in such a commanding position now. And do you know what? Fancy drawing... we need...
Yeah, we're in a commanding position, and our opponent doesn't necessarily have any great, because he's blue-green. His answer availability is going to be quite low.
You're right.
So I kind of am a fan of just waiting until we can sort of set up.
So what we want here is a swamp, so that we can Fatal Push a Silvergill, then bring it back. What are we getting?
That'll do.
Search. That's fine.
I'm actually
but
more
then
of a fan of Fatal Pushing one of these unblockable men that's about to start coming in as next turn.
Now, we're obviously playing the land.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to activate Scarab God or play the Search Raz counter?
What are we getting back?
Just a River Sneak, but it's a 4-mana 4/4.
And it can't be blocked.
And our 4-mana 4/4 block races their River Sneaks currently.
Yeah.
So should we just pass and get it back at instant speed?
Yeah.
There's no reason to do it now, is there? In theory, we might want to Fatal Push something, like a Lord.
Yeah, I suppose.
So, I mean, there's no reason to do it now. Yeah, Cedric, you're absolutely right. Sam, you've seen the new
yes, the new
spell.
something assassin, something assassination. Let me look it up.
Assassin's Trophy.
That's the one. Yeah.
It's what?
Green black.
Path to Vindicate.
Yeah. It's, so the text on it is it's a green black instant, and it says destroy target non-land. No, not even non-land. Destroy target permanent an opponent controls. That player searches their library for a basic land card and puts it into play tapped, then shuffles their library.
That is very strong.
It is a very, very strong removal spell indeed, yes.
That is not what we wanted to see here.
No, it's not great for us.
That's going to draw our opponent some cards.
So we have to find an answer for that pretty sharpish.
2, 3, 4, 5. I tell you what is an answer for that. Flipping Nickabolas.
Can we do that right? No, we can't do that right.
Not right now, but...
Can we do it with one more land?
We can do it with one more land, which we get a scry off this Scarab God trigger.
I guess we'll try for that then.
So let's have your River Sneak back.
And then if our opponent decides to kill the Flipped Nickabolas with his attacks, then we get to block a bunch of his guys and then reanimate it with the Scarab
Fatal
God.
Push, we don't want that.
Do we not?
We've got a Fatal Push in hand. That's
we
not
want a land, yeah.
That's not what's holding us back right here. Thinking away, we almost just... Ooh, Liliana.
We've not got any creatures.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana total. So we could Fatal Push something like...
We can't. We really need to Fatal Push the Kamena, but we don't have that option, unfortunately.
Do we attack with anything?
I feel like we probably want to start...
I tell you
if
what...
we play the Liliana, we get an extra blocker, but she does just die to the River Sneaks. Oh no, she's on 6.
She'll be on 6 loyalty, and they're going to have to start pointing them at her, because her ultimate wipes their board.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah.
So we play that. And her tick-up also mills us and gives us more targets.
And makes us hit more things for Scarab God and her own abilities, yes.
That's very good.
Yeah. In an ideal world, the mana we'd left up would be a black mana, but sadly that's not the case.
What do you think about the new Niv Mizzet? Have you seen that card?
No, I have not.
So it's a 6 mana Izzet card. 3 red, 3 blue.
Interesting. So they've gone with the Rakdos Lord of Riots templating of making it a solid block of colours.
So are we attacking with anything here?
No, because we need to defend this Liliana.
Yeah, so 3 red, 3 blue. It's a 5/5 flyer, I believe.
Right.
And it has that ridiculous Niv Mizzet text of drawing cards
when it deals damage and pinging stuff. Yeah.
So, from what I understand, it goes infinite with a curiosity on it.
Yeah, that's a standard Niv Mizzet feature.
Whenever you draw a card, deal 1 damage to a target, and whenever you deal damage to a target, I can't remember the exact text, but it's a very big, very, very powerful is it card.
Hmm.
I only very briefly saw it on my way in today.
Let me
But
have a look here.
yeah, see if you can get the text on it. It is a 5/5 flyer, but what's the important text written on the card?
Let's have a look here.
No.
Visit Peru.
We do get starts, and we scry more. Ooh.
Aha!
Gearhold 3, 4, 5, 6. What we've got a
Fatal Push in the graveyard. And an Abrade.
we get to
in the
look.
Yeah.
So
Just a Fatal Push.
just a fatal push, which doesn't help us here. So do we want that? If we leave the Abrade on top and the Torrential Gearhulk, we'll draw the Abrade, then we can mill that into our the Torrential Gearhulk into our
Yeah,
graveyard.
and then get it back to the Scarab God.
So if we leave them on top as is,
Yep.
and that
Love it. Yeah, we could really do with it. What we could really do with it is a revolt trigger, but our opponent is very determinedly not giving us one.
we could Abrade our own thing,
I kind of actually just like jamming in with something, forcing him to block it.
something big like
No, something
that's-
small that will die.
But they're not going to block something like this or this.
So then we get a little bit of chip damage, and it doesn't.
All right, well let's attack what with a zombie or zombie and champion.
Just champion, I think.
Cool, just champion it is. Oh, interesting.
What's that going to hit? I wonder. The Scarab God probably.
Bolus. Oh, the River Sneak. They don't want.
Okay, they don't want us to race. That makes sense.
So-
That being the case,
We have an Abrade up,
I kind of like.
so we can kill something and get it back with Scarab God.
I think I just want to attack with the champion here.
Right, let's chat with the champion then. Because Lilian's at ultimate next turn, so they have
But
to
they're
start
just gonna,
sending
they're just
stuff
gonna.
at her.
Well, he gets to do a lot of Commander nonsense this turn if he wants to.
So you can make Commander.
Three, and he can also.
Put
He's
counters on
got
stuff.
5 currently to put a
Shoot.
bunch of counters on stuff, so that's going to be he can definitely hit the Liliana below the point where it can ultimate this turn if he wants to.
That's true. So yes, here we go. So you draw off whenever your opponent casts an instant or sorcery.
Yeah, I did find it. We
And
just
it can't be
we
countered.
just got distracted back, so. Yes, this spell can't be countered. Flying, whenever you draw a card, Nimbus at Purim deals 1 damage to any target, and whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell, you draw a card.
How sweet.
Bonkers. But it has have
Here we go.
about the most specific mana requirements that it could have.
I still don't want to attack. Our opponent's not going to block, and I feel like we need to hold it back.
I just feel like we can't fully defend this Liliana, but. No, you're right, keep it back.
Yeah, let's not attack. We've got Abrade plus Scarab God activation or Fatal Push plus Scarab God activation here.
Yeah, Revolt is only from our side, isn't it, unfortunately, so it doesn't count for things leaving our opponent's battlefield, which is a shame.
I hate this Kamena, it's getting so much advantage.
Yeah.
It's not a great answer, but what about abrading our own zombie?
Let's just see what happens right here in terms of what he does. So he's still got 3 on taps.
So he's going to draw
that's
2 cards
gonna-
here.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, what I might do here is abrade that River Sneak that he's just tapped down. That
Yeah.
isn't going to be in combat because it's a 0/1 currently. Or
Which
is it
River
just
Sneak?
This River Sneak, our River Sneak. Is the Trickster made it into a 0/1?
No,
it's still a
it
4/4.
it's just a 4/4.
That's awkward. I'd abrade our champion, I think, and then kill the Commander.
Alright, let's abrade the
We can
champion.
get the champion back for value.
And that happened so quickly, it's unlikely he's got a response now then. Oh, if we planned to do that, we should have played Search for
Let's
as
play the
counter.
Search.
Dang. That was a misplay. We should have thought about what we want. And our opponent scoops it
Oh,
up. Wow.
Really? Can't. He definitely could have prevented that Liliana from ultimate. He had plenty of good attacks though. He had some unblockable men.
Wow.
That's not what I expected to happen there.
Goodness me. So,
Is it worth bringing in Sorcerer Spyglass to name Kamina?
I feel like we've got enough removal to deal with her. I just felt we were a bit unlucky to not draw into anything specific.
Yeah, okay. Just floating it as an idea.
I mean, over a duress? They didn't play much
No, I
instants and
definitely
sorceries.
prefer the duress. We are super dead to that enchantment if he gets
Yeah,
it.
you're right. Okay,
That
fair
enchantment
enough.
is a massive problem for us.
Yeah, right. Cool. Let's just leave it in then. That sounds good to me.
Let's have a look for other interesting spoilers from return to Ravnica.
Yeah, what have we got? Other than that sweet removal spell, which is the nuts.
So we've got Bounty Agent. It's a 2 mana 2/2 human soldier for 1 and a white. It's got Vigilance, and it's got tap and sacrifice bounty agent to destroy target legendary permanent that's an artifact, creature, or enchantment. Which is interesting.
So it's 2 mana 2/2 with Vigilance.
2 mana 2/2 with Vigilance base, and then you
Wow.
can sack it, and it can kill a legendary creature, artifact, or enchantment.
I take it we're keeping this. We've got all
Yeah,
our mana
see no reason why not to.
fixed.
Yeah, lead with the Fetid Pools, and away we go.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, that seems like a good get against decks like this. Very good against Search for Cantor, very good against
I think that was a good draw.
all the gods that are rotating. Oh, wait. Very good against Niv Mizzet.
I will not be sad to see Hazaret go.
Yes, it has been in... It's the same. It's essentially exactly the same problem that occurred in a couple of stands ago with Gideon Allied Zendikar, where it stuck around for far too long.
We have to play the Ether up here, just to hold up the Abrade in case. But we're likely to be Essence Scattering here.
I think it depends entirely on what he plays. If he plays a creature that can be killed by a Braid, I'd be happier at Braid.
If we were scared of Deep Root Waters, is there an argument to just duress here the turn before he can't do it?
Yes, actually, I think I prefer that. I think we end up less behind doing that, because the thing we really want to Essence Scatter is something like a Kumena.
Deep Root Waters, there we go.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
And we identify our opponent's
Get
negate.
rid of that one.
That was going to be a real difficulty. So I feel
Because
like
once that resolves, being Grixis, we have no way to actually get it off the table. So,
that one consigned to Oblivion we're left in, that's it.
yes. Which doesn't necessarily actually deal with it. We then need to find a way to force our opponent
And
to
if all
discard
they're
it
doing
anyway.
is playing a River Sneak, I'm happy with
Yeah.
that. So, kill something while they've not got negate
Well, they've
up,
not got negate
or
up. Yeah, that
play
seems
champion.
correct. I think we want to play
Champion's the most
champion.
mana efficient,
Yeah,
and we need lands.
We need lands, so we want to stick with mana efficiency. Yeah, we definitely do not need all these Vraska's Contempts.
Oof.
Rough.
So
discard
one Vraska's Contempt.
both Vraska's Contempts. We really don't have time.
Yeah, you're right, and we don't have a second black either. It's because next turn we're likely to just have to play another
Champion again to keep digging. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So Sam says he wanted to do a release event for the new set, but he's starting his new job, so probably won't get the time off. Oh, that sucks. That's really unlucky. Especially because Ravnica's looking like a really good set.
It's certainly looking like a very fun limited environment. Yeah.
In fact, I've bought a Russian box of the new Ravnica set, which I'm very much looking forward to drafting.
It's interesting our opponent chose to play that Trickster there, and I thought he'd have saved it for the subsequent turn when he's got more...
So do you want to Abrade and hold up Essence Scatter?
I kind of feel like I like the idea of getting value off our Vraska's Contempt now, where our opponent definitely can't negate it.
So the River Sneak, the unblockable one?
Yes, because
this
we
trades
can
with
trade with anything else that's there, can't we? So yeah, I think that is the line.
It feels awkward killing a
Killing a
1/1,
1/1
but...
with the Vraska's Contempt, yes. But I think that is the line.
Oh. And is it players working the Saturday as well? That really sucks. So you're planning to go to any of the...
I think so, yeah. As you say, the
pre-releases?
set looked interesting enough, and well, even if I wasn't, that Assassin's Notice card is definitely...
they're training together these tricksters, which is very annoying, isn't it?
hopefully we can draw like a Henny's Expertise or something. That doesn't help because we've not got a second red.
Henny's Expertise doesn't help us against the one negate he's got in his hand
That's
either.
very true, yeah.
So we just pass here.
Yep, and then a braid on our opponent's turn at some point.
We're still not in a terrible position.
We are on 8 life, that is quite low.
Yes, but we've got 2 removals. Well, I suppose we can only cast one of them.
So our best line here is that our opponent plays something we can Essence Scatter,
Yes.
which they have done.
And then we abrade something.
Yeah,
when
then
they'll negate
he'll
this.
negate the Essence Scatter, then we abrade one of his creatures, block the
Yes.
other one,
Okay. That.
and then we still have to hope to draw something like a Henny's
Well, we
Expertise
trade. We kill something, trade with something, then we play another champion. So I feel like we're not in the.
we lose very easily from this kind of go wide board state.
Okay, so we have to abrade here.
Yeah.
And what we're
Just
killing.
kill the 3/2
And we're trading with a.
with a 2/2. Yeah.
Yeah. Those 2 tricksters 2 turns in a row is really difficult.
Yeah, we are very low here.
So we have to play champion here.
And hope to hit another red source.
That's the auto tap for you.
Well, we need a red source anyway.
But we
so-
might have found a fatal push. Oh, well, we have to discard that.
Yep, because it's uncastable.
The disallow because we're not.
Yeah,
we've got
we're never
blue.
resolving it on anything.
Bolus next turn.
Yeah, we
It's
are
not
on
enough.
1 though, which is
So we need a Vraska's
problematic.
Contempt is what we need.
we need
off the
Vraska's
top.
Contempt or a Henny's Expertise.
Expertise would be good. Let's. We need an expertise into a braid.
Yes,
That sorts that.
That's the only thing that gets that, yeah.
So we trade with the 2/2, obviously. So oh no, we're just dead here.
Needed more sweepers.
Yeah, that's very annoying. So, Weekend Warlords is in the chat. So, I assume that means John. Hi, John. To get an access code to Arena, you can sign up on the MTG Arena website. It's a closed beta at the moment, so in theory there are a limited number of codes, but
In practice, at this point, they're basically just available.
they're handing them out essentially to anyone. So if you sign up, pretty much anyone can get a key by this point. Now, Is It Player also asks, favourite card, Patron Wizard, Nantuko Shade, or Bolt?
Bolt.
So yeah, of course it'd be Bolt for you. Patron Wizard. It has to be Patron Wizard for me. It's blue. Blue beats red.
Blue is quite helpful, but blue doesn't beat multiple red, though.
No,
Blue might be one instance of red, but red comes in packs most of the time. In swarms.
Yeah, fair enough, okay. And let's be honest, burn decks are combo decks. It's just a 7-card combo.
7-card combo with your opponent's face.
Yeah. Although hopefully your opponent can fetch Shock, Thoughtseize and start you off in a nice position. Oh, those are Is It Player's 3 favourite. Those 3 specific cards. Good choice of cards. Mine has to be Engulfing Slagworm. That's number 1 for me.
And mine has to be Delver of Secrets.
Oh,
It
Delver's
is by
great.
far the card that I've played the most with. It is the card that has brought me the most success.
Snapkeep?
Yeah, definitely. That hand looks totally reasonable to me. But yeah, Delver of Secrets is definitely the card that...
So we're playing a tap land here.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want
any
red, blue?
reason to? I'd just play the Swamp and make our opponent think we've got a Fatal Push.
Because then if we want red mana
and then
next
we
turn...
play the Dragon Skull Summit.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
There's no particular reason to lead with the tap lands.
It just opens up more flexibility next turn, surely.
I suppose. Alright, then lead with the Soul Falls.
I mean, it's not like they're going to be doing anything. It's not
True,
like
true.
it's not like by holding up a swamp we would change their play pattern. I don't think.
True. Meandering River, so very control.
Already budget. You do sometimes get budget decks.
True, I suppose, given the access to stuff, yeah.
But it's still the blue-white colour combination
But
likely means control.
Presumably it's intending to pay against people on similar records to yourself.
Oh. So we're cycling this, obviously. Yeah. So
But no reason to do it now, so...
no, we play the island to hold up, pretend to hold up, disallow. Which
Make
is...
our opponent at least respect the fact that we might have a disallowing, yes.
Yeah. So let's set a stop and then pass turn.
Okay, so you can use it.
It's Mill! Oh, it's Mill!
That's quite bad for us.
That is
This
real
hand
bad.
does not line up well against Mill.
We could bounce it.
Yeah, that doesn't really help us at this point. We'll need to bounce it and then figure out a way to get rid of it, won't we?
Yeah, right, let's just cycle this then.
Desperately dig for a nickel bolus here. Hey, there's the one.
That's... Ask and ye shall receive. Nicobolus it is.
I'm really good at this.
I'd rather be lucky than good anyway.
Super Dragon.
See ya. Now who's milling who?
He's still milling.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
I hate to break it to you, but
Yeah. He hasn't made his discard yet, though. We have. Boom goes the dynamite.
so that was unfamiliar. So whenever our opponent draws a card, each of us, so 4, top 4 cards, yeah, 2 of us.
Yes, would you like to know why this deck is not playable? Because Nexus of Fate exists, which means it is impossible to kill someone with Nexus of Fate through mill. And there is no surgical extraction.
Because as long as they have at least... Does Nexus of Fate, even if it's countered, still shuffle itself back into
It certainly
your
does.
army? So it is actually impossible. Because
Yes.
they will just end up with 4 copies of Nexus of Fate, which will constantly shuffle themselves back round.
Correct. The only way you could do it is if you're... Oh, now that's a sweet combo.
So we are going to get milled out very, very quickly.
We are. So we need to bounce something. So... Well, so we best attack. See if... It's going to be a point of whether or not we can race, really, I think.
So what are the exact effects of the 2 cards in conjunction, George?
So whenever you draw a card, whenever our opponent draws a card, we mill 2.
And then Fraying Sanity says...
Where at the end step, we mill X, where X is the number that were milled from anywhere this turn. So essentially this doubles all our opponent's other mill at the end step. So this is a reasonably expensive card, our opponent basically tapped out to play it. Do we just want to take the opportunity to bounce it now?
I think you just consign and Oblivion now, right?
We don't. It's 5 mana the other side.
Oh, it's not 3. I thought it was 3.
And they could very well be playing counter spells.
Yeah, almost certainly. So yeah, if you're
Tempo.
concerned about that one milling us more, then yeah, I'd bounce that one now.
Yeah, I think we take the tempo hit of just bouncing that, and we can always flash this back next turn, can't we?
How much mana in total to transform one Nicol Bolas?
7 of your finest mana.
And our effects still do not deal with enchantments.
No, they do not. Grixis is not known for its dealing with
we
enchantments.
could bring back a Liliana, so that's something. Or deal our opponent 10. Okay. Some things to think about.
Is it play? You're right. Surgical does not hit a Nexus.
Yeah, you need a Leyline of the Void or similar effect that would just permanently remove graveyards from the game, so it would hit that. And
No,
then
it's a replace. It depends on layers then, because it's a replacement
true.
effect. If it would go to the graveyard, instead you shuffle it in. So
what would likely happen is that you would call a judge, and then the judge would tell you how it works.
absolutely. So what you need is like a Lost Legacy, isn't it?
Yeah, something that says that it can't be
was
cast.
disappointing. Now our clock's gone, but we do have a Torrential Gear Hulk.
And our opponent will provide us with plenty of good fodder for it. We can also flash back the Oblivion with it if we want.
We can flash back the Oblivion side of it, which might be worth doing. Our opponent,
Or
we could just play another Bolas.
I like that better. I think that has a similar effect on our opponent's hand.
And then Gear Hulk Oblivion next turn when they're likely to
When
have
they've
less
got
cards in hand.
2 cards left, exactly.
Now, what's our library looking like? We've still got 39 cards.
Yeah,
That's loads.
they've not actually drawn any extra cards. It's just been the sort of beginning of turn triggers, if you like, that have hit us.
You're right. They need a Glimmer of Genius. That would mill us for a lot.
Well, we're about to be. So that was 2 this turn so far.
Yep.
Because we bounced the Frank Sanity, which set them up.
Counter into Exile does it. You're right. Slaughter Games would also do it.
You need an effect that doesn't require it to be in the graveyard to remove it in the first place. So yeah, either a Slaughter Games or.
Still though, none of those cards actually exist except for Lost Legacy.
Yeah, I think as you say, like a Lost Legacy or a Gideon's Intervention is the best option that's actually in standard. Something where you stop the effect. You mean that the card can't be cast, which means that it eventually ends up in their hand.
True.
And then you can actually mill them out because they have to draw it.
Ooh, that's a painful way of doing that.
Yeah, we're largely okay with that though, I think.
I'm fine with that. That means they're not doing a great deal else.
Yes, indeed. And now we get to Gear Hulk away their last 2 cards.
That we do.
Stop them from drawing any extras, hopefully.
Which we just do at sorcery speed, don't we? We just
Yeah.
and they dump a champion into our graveyard. So we're just doing this right now, yeah?
Don't see any reason not to. They may have a counter spell, but if they do, then that's just.
It does seem like they have a counter spell here. That's why it's pausing. It would automatically let us. Oh,
no, there we go.
So we're doing this.
Yep.
And then we get to choose which side, don't we?
And we choose Oblivion.
Are any of the other Nicol Bolas cards in Standard currently? Yes. So currently in Standard you have the 7 mana Nicol Bolas.
Nicol Bolas the God Pharaoh.
The God Pharaoh.
And then the dual deck Nicol Bolas, which I believe is called Nicol Bolas the Deceiver, although don't quote
our
me on that.
opponent's playing Scarab God. That is good in a mill deck.
Plenty of delicious targets to choose from.
That's
our
an answer.
Excellent. Superb.
Oh, that's great. We can just wind it all back.
We may as well wait a turn, though. No sense given our opponent.
Champion of Wits? Draw some cards?
I don't know about. Actually, do we might just want to. No, we don't want to give our opponent a fresh hand. That's fine. Yeah, Champion of Wits. It also increases our clock by a turn. And we've got some very dead removal spells to ditch.
Might keep the Vraska's Contempt. We know they got Scarab God. So we get rid of Fatal Push, which appears dead and Abrade.
Yep. And do we want to just.
We've already played land this turn.
Yep, okay.
And Doomfall is good for us. We can Doomfall, take a counter, then Memory.
How many cards have we got left in our library?
20. We're still a long way away that.
Well, it depends what they do.
Oh, Vraska's Contempt that. And then Doomfall their hand.
Yep, sounds good to me.
So play the untapped land. Just check the
Doomfall
mana.
their hand first.
Reveal their hand. What have you got that we might want to take away? Yeah, cast out will do.
That is an effect that we don't want you to have.
And then we will Vraska's Contempt your Scarab God. And then we will attack with all our creatures. And you are dead next turn unless you can find an answer, my friend.
Well, the answer that he might be able to find is something that lets him mill us out, but given that he's not been drawing any lands, that seems problematic. So the card that I would be scared of had he been drawing lands would be something like a Pull from Tomorrow.
Pull from Torrent would be very scary.
But he's only got 5 mana, so that still wouldn't get us.
No, but
I don't think.
that's still scary actually. 13 cards in library now. That's it, and he scoops it up. Savage Elk. Hello, Nick.
Wonder who that could be.
I certainly have a good idea. Right, so against the mill deck, we want the negates.
We want all the negates and duresses. And the other things are triggers, unfortunately, so Sorcerer's Spyglass will not work.
So we want to get rid of our fatal pushes, that's
Definitely,
certain. Braids?
I'd be tempted to keep 1 or 2 of Braids in, just because I have a reasonable expectation that our opponent might have some Glint Sleeve Siphoners or something similar.
Okay, so Champion's good, Disallow's good, Supremo's good, Doomfall is actually quite good in this matchup, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Commit to Memory is good. Everything else,
maybe
Liliana. She mills us, which
we don't want.
But then
and his removal was all exile removal, so she doesn't get creatures back. But she does get creatures back on the basis of our creatures being milled. So,
that's right.
She seems kind of low impact, to be honest.
At least trim 1.
Yeah, because she, as I say, she only gets, and her ultimate doesn't do anything because our opponent has no creatures.
So I want to trim 1 more, a Braid, I think, or
yeah.
Bloodfast.
Essence Scatter does nothing. Our
Scarab God.
No, oh, that's true. But we've got the Contempt for Scarab God.
That's fine. We'll do that then. Call it like that.
Or do we want to shave a Contempt then and leave in the Essence Scatter?
No, because Contempt's always going to be good. At any point after
Scatter
Scarab
has
God.
very specific timing constraints, yeah.
Absolutely. So
the other thing I was just thinking about there actually was Glint Sleeve Siphoners, just on the basis of it's a way to get the clock started earlier.
Actually, you're absolutely right. I think we definitely should have brought
rather
those
than some
in.
of the removal.
Yeah, so I think game 3, if it makes it that far, we have to do that. Yeah, that was very silly.
Just as a way to get the clock started earlier. Maybe not all of them, but
got all our mana.
I suppose, yeah.
Counter their first legitimate thing.
Counter the 3 mana enchantment and then play a Nicol Bolas. Yeah, I've heard worse ideas.
Seems good. I'm happy with that. I just wish one of these was maybe a cycling land. But
you can't have everything.
We've got Tron.
We have indeed.
We'll lead off on the Spell Pierce land. Da, da, da. What have you got? Nothing. So there's his power plant. Pass the turn. That was silly. I should have left put a mountain in for a Braid.
He's not going to play anything that we want to a Braid. It's fine.
We can syncopate pretty much anything he plays anyway, can't we? Here.
Well, if you play something we want to a Braid, then we don't syncopate it. Let him have it and then Braid it later.
So we counter that.
Yes.
Just a mana efficiency.
That card killed us quite hard last time, so or came very close to killing us anyway. So now you play the mountain.
Or do we want to just play this blow
actually,
up,
yeah.
mana
Getting rid of his. Well, he gets to search one out, but getting rid of. I don't know. Getting rid of his white source and making him choose between double blue, say, and that seems reasonable.
Yeah, alright, let's do that now then. Or do we want to hold... No, it's too late now.
Too late now, and also there's nothing relevant we want to...
What are we getting?
We would
second
like...
we've got second black,
second
we've got
red,
loads of blue.
I suppose.
I don't think we've got that many red cards anymore, but do you know what? It doesn't really hurt.
At this stage, it doesn't really make much difference to our...
There we go.
Base. As long as we...
That's his tower. There we go. Job done. Got all 3.
Robert Torkington would be happy with this.
What does our opponent play here? I'm not sure what to
Probably
expect.
Another... Ooh, Cannonball. That's an interesting one. Well, good thing that doesn't interact in any way with our Nicol Bolas.
And Braid also kills it.
Yeah.
So, Hannah asks, which Jace is our favourite? Is it Sexy Jace?
Which one is Sexy Jace in this particular instance?
Jace Cunning Castaway, the one with his shirt ripped.
I see. Pirate Jace. Yes.
Pirate Jace.
No,
Sexy
not that
Jace.
one. That one's rubbish.
That one is a terrible Jace. It is sweet artwork, though.
I'm going to have to go with Vryn's Prodigy, I think.
You think?
I think the
Flippy Jace?
Yeah. Mind Sculptor is definitely the best Jace, hands down, but Vryn's Prodigy definitely was the Jace that sort of has shown up in the most interesting places. Like, you think about, like, they were playing him in that Rally the Ancestors deck in Standard that was really cool, and then he occasionally sees playing, like, random Grizzlebrand Goryo's Vengeance type decks in Legacy and things. Like, that's definitely the coolest Jace, I think.
Cycle Land is good. If we're going to draw a land, it had to be a Cycle Land.
Yeah, so play the Aether Hub. Cycle the Cycle Land with the Aether Hub and an island. leave ourselves with the most mana availability.
Yes. No, I'm gonna
Or do you want to use the swamp?
use the mountain.
Oh, because we can play in
draw a
that now.
disallow.
We want to abrade the Kambal.
Oh, we do want to braid the come up. So why don't we hold up the Ether Hub? Because that gives
true,
us the
yeah,
most
I
flexible
suppose,
use
yeah.
of our mana. So tap that and swamp.
And the swamp, yeah.
Then that gives us the ability to cast whatever we want now.
Yeah.
Hold up Syncopate.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't care if we take an extra bit of chip damage off this Kambal,
No.
that's fine. Our opponent's plan is not to kill us with damage.
So we've got the Living Guild pack and Memory Adept. So my one is actually the Innistrad one. The Shadows over Innistrad
Oh, the
one.
5 mana, what was the name of that
Jace.
one? In Cunning something? No.
Now, the reason why, despite the fact he's completely...
Investigating something, Jace?
No, it was that set, though.
Yes.
I think I like him because it was the first Planeswalker I ever opened.
Ah, okay. Jace Clue looking guy.
That's the one.
That one.
Now,
He had a sweet coat in that, I'll give him that.
if our opponent doesn't play anything here, we're abrading that Campbell, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah, no reason to wait. Because if he's got a counter spell, then we may as well wait to see
Do you
if...
think they're playing the Millfish? The 7 Fleet Swallower. 7 mana 7/7 when it attacks, mill half the library.
If they do, then we've got a Syncopate that would like to say hello to it.
It's an instant win con
It's an
with Fraying
instant win
Sanity.
with Fraying Sanity, but it is also 10,000 mana.
It is 10,000 mana.
I suppose that was a reason to wait, given that basically all we have going on is mana, so we could have syncopated that back in response, but
That's true.
probably just flip a Nicol Bolas and kill him with that at this point.
So,
1 more mana?
1 more mana. We can flip it next turn. We've got a Syncopate.
At which point our opponent dies, because we attack him for 4 and then flip it and hit him for 10.
Creature or
Ah,
Planeswalker.
it doesn't do players.
Can't go to
Rubbish.
face.
That's disappointment.
Um,
Okay,
he's got a Fatal Push here, but I'll take that. Maybe I should have floated mana
that's
off
fine.
that.
You just syncopate it.
Yeah. And that's the only reason I can see
Oh,
for...
to float mana off it, yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah.
I mean, but... I guess Swamp, it doesn't really matter. But I guess Revolt Trigger is the reason why he wants to...
That would be sensible, yeah.
Or, oh, he mills us for 1 if he puts the card into our graveyard.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Vraska's can... Do we just flip Bolas?
No, that's...
It takes away our clock.
It's
Our
too
clock
risky,
is gone.
yeah. We definitely attack first, anyway.
And our
Yeah,
clock is gone.
I'm a fan of actually just contempting the Gumball here.
Do we have a creature or Planeswalker? No.
No, it's not enough value to flip it here.
If we contempt...
We contempt here to see if he's got a counterspell, then we can syncopate his counterspell here, and then his clock is gone.
Any counterspell he's got is here is 3 mana. That means he's got 2 mana spare, meaning we can't Vraska's Contempt and Syncopate now.
I see.
So I'm happy to wait.
Yeah. Can we put a stop in our opponent's upkeep and do it then? Because we don't want them to draw an additional counterspell.
Nah, then they've just got more mana. We still can't Syncopate.
I know, but they tap
just-
mana on their turn.
I'm happy to just hold up Syncopate till the end of
Can
time.
we activate
We're
Bolas at
racing.
instant speed?
No. Oh, wait. No, sorcery.
Maybe we do just want to do that now, then. It's very unlikely that he's got a removal spell
But
in his
it
hand
takes
there.
away our clock. I suppose we've only got 8 cards in our graveyard.
Yeah.
What about holding up Syncopate? We've got a fast clock. He's only got a couple more turns.
Yeah, let's just pass then.
I think we can counter anything he casts, so I'm happy to just, for the time being at least.
Just let him go.
Yeah. There we go. Is it play? Got it. Unraveler
Jason,
of Secrets. That's the one.
The name, yeah.
And it was the first Planeswalker I ever opened in a pack.
Nice.
And there's the concession. Couldn't find anything off the top, so we take down the mill deck. See, that's the other good thing about Arena over Magic Online is Magic Online you might just play against 10.
Play against stock.
Yeah, 10 mono red decks in a row. There is a lot more variety in this. Danither.
But a decent amount of that is due to the fact that there are a lot of people who aren't as invested, who therefore can't get into sort of the higher tier decks.
Yeah, that's very true. That is
Which
one
is not
issue.
necessarily healthy for the long-term kind of growth of the game, as people get repeatedly crushed by people who have got those high tier decks.
No, because another good thing about this is that it pairs you against similar ranked decks,
Oh, I
so
see.
it can detect sort of, if you like, the meta cards. If you're playing a deck filled with Vraska's Contempt, Scarab Gods, or if you're playing a deck filled with Chain Whirlers and Hazarats, I mean, this is snap keep.
Yeah,
this is a fantastic hand.
Super happy to me.
Fatal push
Into
swap.
search, into contempt on 4. Yeah,
Scarab gone on 5.
looks excellent.
We just need to draw a 3-drop and then we're done.
Yeah, a champion and a land would be ideal.
That's fantastic. What can we do? What are we against? So our opponent's
we roll back to the earlier comment about wishing that we could draw strong opening hands like this all the time.
And we got a land. We wanted a land.
Yep.
So commit to memory here. Not bad. No, so commit to memory here. So we're obviously just playing search here, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. Very nice. And looks like we're against... Please don't be another mill deck. It's got to be control here.
Yeah.
Got to be. So what do we see with as counter? Good card. Hey, it's a 3-drop.
Guess that one will stay where it
I
is.
guess I'll keep that one. So, what were we saying about curving out?
I think the exact words were lucky than good, weren't they?
Absolutely.
So our opponent could have decided that they didn't want us to have that there, but
So we've got to discard fatal push here because
yeah,
it's a control
the
deck.
way things have lined up doesn't indicate that we're going to get much use out of that. So our opponent is now deciding whether this is what they want to counter. Oh, interesting.
Wow.
That's
Now,
probably to fix them into double blue.
are we getting our red source?
No, I think what we actually want here is a swamp, so that we can make sure we can cast that Brass's Contempt.
That's a very good point. And we can almost hide the fact for the time being that we are in fact
That we
a
are
red deck.
actually Grixis, yes. And then we can fatal push our own champion wits if we want.
We can.
Or we
So
could just
2
discard
fatal
both fatal
pushes.
pushes. Yeah.
That, if you like, there was Champion of Wit saying draw 2 cards of relevance.
This is where our opponent immediately slams 2 knights into play and we go, oh, whoops. Nope, didn't do that. Good. Right.
Keep that. We need the red source eventually.
Yeah, we will do. We've got our own field of ruin though. If we actually need a red source,
Let's dump that in the graveyard then. We want more action.
More actual action.
And there's just lands, so Field of Ruin.
Yeah, because now we can.
Hold everything
we
up.
can't currently use it actually because our opponent doesn't have any
They will.
non-basic lands, but one will, I'm sure, show up at a certain point. Yeah, possibly this very turn.
Do
Actually.
we want to use this to fix? We've got no red cards. Our red cards are.
The reason that we want to use that if we get any target to use it on is to flip our search rise counter. I'm kind of tempted to just commit that, right? Just stall him out.
I kind of like it.
He's done nothing so far, so.
But I'm always scared about dealing with the Glimmer on turn 4 when turn 5 could be Teferi.
That is a very good point. Yeah. I suppose they are in the colours for him. Aren't
I
they?
almost always just want to let them have their card draw
But
unless
if
I've
he
got a
slams that
cheap
down,
answer.
we've got a Vraska's Contempt, and he can't necessarily.
If he just has a negate,
Main deck.
we just lose the game. Yeah, they
negate.
often run 1 copy. Alright, granted it's not likely, but...
So if it is a test, if it is a Teferi, then we're contempting it, aren't we? So.
Yeah.
How come we didn't attack with our champion, by the way?
That was obviously just a mistake, so... Graveyard,
Yeah.
got a copy
Got
already.
one spare, and we want to flip stuff to get this search going. Yeah, that'd be handy.
That's nice.
Stick in the boot. No Scarab God. Way too risky.
Now I'm not sure I want to attack, because we know that their deck is filled with sealed
and so on.
aways. We're giving them a target for that at instant speed, and I'd rather have this hypothetically as something to pressure Teferi if it comes down.
Yeah, that's fair.
So it's just, I guess,
That's not what you think the game's going to come down to.
I
Yeah,
don't
that seems
think-
reasonable.
I don't think 10 turns of a Champion of Wits is going to get it done, and their hand will be filled with useless Settle the
Removal
Wreckages,
spells, yeah.
Fumigates.
Now this I kind of like Supreme Willing here.
Yeah, I could see that. Just make sure we're tapping the way we want to tap.
Yeah.
Because now we've got a hypothetical negate up that our opponent can't Teferi into. And that leaves them
But
with the
also,
awkward
if we
decision.
allow our opponent to keep sculpting their hand forever, then they're eventually going to be able to... Yeah, that's fine.
Wow. Well, that gets Vraska's contempted quite nicely.
And then we get to... Oh no, we don't get to Scarab Got it back later. Bummer. But we do get an extra... Oh, we took the search for Ascanter. That's a good choice by our opponent. Yeah, just Rice's Contempt that right now.
We want to hold up blue mana. Yeah. Now I think I'm happy to attack.
Yeah.
If he wants to do it in his own turn, tap mana his own turn
That's
to
fine.
cast Seal Away, don't care.
Yeah, what I was going to say is if we just allow our opponent to keep sculpting their hand forever,
This is a spicy deck.
to beat the turtles. Yeah.
Well, the Carnage Tyrants, I think, more
Yeah,
likely
sure.
the Turtles.
So
Great, now we get to
just sort
flip
of
search.
yeah. Not
Keep.
Really, yeah, happy with that one. Transform. Yeah. I'm kind of surprised actually on that basis that our opponent fired off their Field of Ruin so early because they'd much rather use Field of Ruin on a Ascanter the Sunken Ruin, surely. But,
Passing the turn,
yeah,
get a red mana, play Bolus next turn.
sounds good. Get a red mana and activate search. Activate Ascanter.
Someone
Correct.
choose. Yes, yeah, do both of those.
Handy dandy.
Kind of
That is
fine.
that. I suppose it gives our Braid something to do.
It's incremental, and we might draw it a Braid. Likely draw one off the Ascanter.
Mm.
And
So yeah, fire off the field. Yep.
No, hold on. Sometimes it does awkward things, so let's make sure
Oh
we use
yeah,
the right
make sure we
mana.
can actually activate Ascanter. Yeah.
So what have we got? We've just got super hosted by Semulen. Hello, folks. Raiding coming. We're getting Twitch raided. Sweet. Hi there.
Hello to all the foxes.
How's it going, foxes?
We'll take it. Take it where we can get it.
Right. Our opponent is scrying the treasure map in response. Twitch not technically raided.
We'll call it a raid if we want to, damn it.
I mean, they called it a raid. So we'll grab
Yep,
Mountain.
red source and then activate Ascanter.
Come on, sweetheart, hurry up.
Hello everybody, we're streaming Magic the Gathering Arena.
We are? Ooh, what do we want here?
Gotta be Liliana, right?
It's another 5 mana big.
Actually,
We've
no,
got two big
I
threats.
suppose we take the Essence Scatter because it can interact with our opponent's threats, yeah.
I mean, we've got 2 big sorcery speed threats already. I don't think I want a third one.
Fair. Ah, there we go.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we can't.
So I definitely want to abrade the treasure map now before he can get it flipped.
He can't flip it next turn anyway. These 3 counters.
Yeah, but he's got more. He's going to have more mana open to respond. I kind of like just abrading it and then passing the turn again.
I want to get Bolus into play now. Bolus and then hold up, disallow.
Do we do that? No, I suppose we do. Yeah, to fight a counter war over the Bolas if need be.
Yeah,
Okay.
because we've got next turn to abrade.
I suppose it does make him discard. Yeah.
Raid dump you in the same chat immediately. I think they're not necessarily all here. I had to click a button. Fair enough.
I guess we'll find out as they filter in.
Bring him in.
Bring them all in.
Watch Nicobolas do some real work against this ridiculous blue-eye control deck. Which resolved. We didn't even use to use our disallow.
No.
It was a host rather than a raid. Okay, fair enough. It was a host. We appreciate the hosting.
The host with the most.
A toast to the host who can boast the most roast.
So our opponent is going to attempt to bring back a Vizier of Many Faces. It looks like that was the card they chose to discard.
But we can disallow them bringing that back.
I think we have to. Yeah, we have to let this go
See,
so that we can do the same to their Vizier.
It did
trigger.
result in a bunch of viewers, so I'm happy with that. Here we go. Pass turn. Sweet. Hey, it's nice seeing a whole bunch of viewers. Welcome everyone. We are playing Magic Arena, and our opponent is fumigating. Do we disallow this? We can flip Bolus if we do. Yeah.
We're playing against a control deck. You can't not do that.
Let's flip Bolus. Plus, we haven't flipped it this stream.
It's a good point.
What are you going to do, my friend? What are you going to do?
I mean, he might cast out it immediately, and that might suck. But
Can we get... Is there anything in the graveyard to get back? We can get Vizzy... no, because Vizzy would have nothing to copy.
no. But then the token would go away, so our opponent wouldn't have it as an option. That might still be worthwhile.
I just want to do it because why not?
And then just draw 2 cards.
I mean, you've got to.
Yeah. When we can do it into an open board like this, then it's
Hell
very
yeah.
daft not to.
So you can get yourself a beta code by going on to the MTG Arena website, stick your details in there, and you pretty much get it within a couple of days.
Yep.
Although in theory it's a closed beta, pretty much anyone can have a code by this point. So just jump onto their their website and grab it. Ah, yes. Orcish Artillery was absolutely right.
Yeah, we should have attacked
We
first.
should have
Yes,
attacked
that
first.
is correct.
But
We get to commit their cast out and get
Get
our
a bonus
bonus back and we can discard another card.
we should have attacked first. But then if they sealed away...
Then we're sort of stuck. Yeah.
So
He's probably right. We probably should have attacked first.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anything interesting? Because we can play Scarab God here.
No, I'd just like committing right now when they've got limited mana up to interact with it.
Oh, I'll tell you what I'm going to do as well. They're going to end of turn activate treasure map, and I'm going to braid in response.
Yep.
I would very much like you to discard a card here, my friend.
Probably should have mana selected on that.
I'm
yeah,
going
do
to
that.
braid. This is going to make him cry.
This is not working out.
So,
well for our opponent.
my name's George and this is Sam. We decided to start streaming on Friday. We first streamed actual Paper Magic, we streamed
We
F&M,
did some coverage of the F&M tournament.
We did.
Although George was with another friend of ours, Nick, for that.
but we decided that we kind of wanted to get into streaming, thought it might be a bit of fun. We had the rig all set up here at the shop, so...
Which is our local gaming store, Weekend Warlords in Loughborough.
So-
Open pretty much all the time. And yeah, they've recently got this streaming rig set up in one of the back rooms of their store. So here we are.
And the answer to are we going to stream? Are we streaming regularly? We are going to start streaming regularly, starting right
Starting
now.
today.
I love this Fumigate for Nicobolas. It's
The old 5-mana sorcery speed removal spell.
Because now I get to Scarab God immediately get back Bolas. Make them discard a card again. And we're cycling this Canyon Slough, aren't we?
It's not doing anything for us. No. But yeah, we don't have a. Yeah, we certainly could do some drafts as well.
We are. We have plans to draft later this week. We're going to get another one of our friends called Robin, who is, if you like, our draft expert. He somehow drafts nothing but mono-coloured bears and combat tricks and wins everything.
This is a man who insists on playing combo in every format it's available and control in every other format, and yet for some reason in draft can't pass up a 2-mana 2/2 creature.
Absolutely.
He's not got any mana. I think I like your line better of just play the Scarab God and get back the other Bolas and just keep grinding away.
Here's a really interesting suggestion. What about Scarab God? Exile Vizier, copy Scarab God, get Scarab God back to our hand.
No, just get
He
Bolas.
gets to get his own Scarab God
That's
next
fine.
turn.
We
can't...
can Rest his Contempt it straight away and he can't activate it. It's fine.
Yeah, you're right, okay. Oh, yeah, he's got no black mana. He can't even activate
Just
Scarab
activate
God.
this right now. Stop. Get the cards that are in his hand.
Alright, fair enough.
Don't give him more options. Nope, not
yeah,
that one.
you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, we're definitely going to start doing some drafts as well. And
Now that our opponent's used all his Fumigates, we need to generate this nice board that he needs to fumigate.
he's got a cast out on top.
Yeah, that's
It's
fine.
almost like we commit to memory that a little while
Yeah,
ago.
that's totally fine. We're alright with that.
Discard another Vizier. So now he's got a choice between Vizier
Between
or
Viziering
cast
to
out.
get either a Nicobolas or a Scarab God, or casting out one of our men.
So this is the line I want to see. I want to see him Vizier, Scarab God.
He's almost certainly going to cast out the Scarab God.
You think?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay, fair
I
enough.
think you end up way too far behind if you don't do that. Or the token, actually. If you get rid of the token permanently, then we just play another Nicobolas. Easy game.
This poor man.
It's not going his way, is it?
It's really not. I kind of just want more lands in this position.
Yep,
Braid doesn't do
definitely.
anything,
No.
so just play
Yeah,
Bolas.
Just jam the Bolas down, yep.
Are we
Definitely.
attacking with Scarab God? He's got... Well, he discards his last card,
Yeah,
then we
we'll
can
play the
attack.
Bolas first, yeah. If you were a Planeswalker, which one would you be? It's a good question, huh?
Sexy Jace. I want to be Jace Cunning Castaway. I want to be absolutely terrible, but I want a ripped shirt.
Oh, he had another cast out. Excellent.
Wow, that was good.
Quite happy for him to get rid of that.
So let's swing. Let's
Yeah.
go for it. So what do you copy if you're our opponent? Bolas? Because he's going to get Vizzy back,
Yeah, you
surely.
need a... Well, yeah, you need a...
Scarab does nothing for you.
Well, actually, if he's not drawn a land, then he might not even have that option. Oh, no, it's 5 mana to flashback the Vizier, isn't
Yeah,
it? I'm thinking of...
I mean, it's bolus. You
so
make
he's
it
got
discard.
something in... he might have drawn a Settle the Wreckage, so we should play to beat Settle the Wreckage. And I believe we should play to beat Settle the Wreckage by...
Flipping bolus.
Flipping bolus first, before we attack, yeah.
Go!
I'm down for that.
The second flip bonus of the day.
I love how we've had a search for...
Please don't cast out.
No, that's fine.
Oh, that's okay. Now we get to
now
attack.
we just attack. Yeah, we're alright with that. I do find it entertaining how we flipped an Azcan to the Sunken Ruins super early in the control mirror, and then we've just not had to use it because we've just been smashing our opponent with giant men.
We've just had cooler stuff to do.
Counter that one.
Yes.
Scatter that
A
one's
target
essences.
for our essence scatter.
And then we get to Scarab got it back again.
Now we get to win the game, you mean?
I mean, we could do that, but I want to Scarab got it back again.
What's under that cast out? Oh, it was a token.
Yeah, it's the bolus token.
So just go to combat and finish. Yeah, cool. Done. Nailed it.
Easy game, guys.
Sweet. So now...
We get to board in the same 5 cards we always board in.
Duress.
Negate, negate.
Siphoner. Negate.
Spyglass for Teferi. We didn't see a Teferi.
They must be playing it.
But I can't see why you wouldn't be.
How can you not be?
I mean, it's not like it's
braid.
actual standard where it's $45. In this, it's just the same as any other Mythic wildcard, isn't it?
Yeah.
So they'll almost certainly have at least 1 or 2 Teferis.
Even though
Plus the information's quite nice.
Even though this hits
Hit
the
the
treasure
treasure
map,
map, yeah.
I think it's bad.
Yeah, I agree.
I like Disallow Supreme or
I'm
Doomfall.
not super high. Oh no, he's got cast outs and stuff. Yeah, Consign to Oblivion's great.
Syncopate, Treasure Gear, Hulk. I kind of like a lot of these.
Down on 1 Contempt, maybe.
Yeah,
we didn't even really see anything that we really wanted to use it on.
Does this stop?
Essence Scatter's super weak. Consign's good because it's a rebuy on a lot of our threats.
This also can be used against his embalm creatures, can't it? It's an activated ability of a card in the graveyard.
Yeah, but that's kind of low impact.
And the Angel of Sanctions.
Oh, true.
I'm just saying if we happen to be in that circumstance.
We have to pick one or the other. Cut 1 Siphoner, maybe? Only play 3?
I feel like Siphon is the best card in this match.
Yeah, you might be right. Well, then we can shave a champion, right? No, I suppose champion's good as well.
I'm happy to go down an Essence Scatter.
Yeah, not super high impact.
Consign to a No, it's good against things like Cast Out.
Yeah, it's good against all of his enchantment-based removal because it's a good rebuy. Maybe leave the Spyglass out. It's kind of low.
Yeah,
low
okay.
Impact.
And then 2 more cards. Trim on Liliana.
Do we want to commit to memory for anything? It's kind of only okay.
Yeah, right. Commit to Memory's gone. And Trim on Liliana. I don't really like her that much here.
Yeah, she's a decent answer to all those Fumigates we saw. As another as a threat to play.
Scarab God.
No, I mean as in she's a threat that we can play that doesn't.
Oh,
we ran out of time.
we ran out of time.
Oh, we're good at this.
So we ended
It's
up
fine.
with
It's a control mirror. We want a 62 card deck. It's fine.
So 62. So yeah, we should have a 55 card library when this is all said and done. So maybe that's what we've ended up with.
That's fine.
Yeah,
It's a
whatever.
control mirror. It's fine.
At least
if we're up against an aggro deck, that might be punishing.
We took
As
the
it
bad
is,
cards out.
Yeah.
Yes. No,
Sign me up for that.
we've only got a 60 card deck, so something happened.
Yeah, right. Interesting. So it auto removes some stuff, perhaps. Sulphur Falls,
yeah.
then Bloodfast next turn, and then
Win the game after then.
and then pay about 2,700 life, or maybe only 10.
I'm happy with just 18. Oh, and it's guaranteed to resolve.
Ours is better than yours.
Ours is better than yours.
Careful. Ours goes to 11. I mean, he has cast outs and stuff, so it's not quite as game as it would be against.
Oh, disallow that we can't hold up.
Yeah, that's awkward. But I
still
just
wanna
played the
play
Sulphur
this.
Falls to have it up for subsequent turns, yeah, and that enables the smooth casting of Bolus on turn 4
So
as
what's
well.
going to do? Scry? Yeah, that's fine. Then pass the turn. Awesome.
Yeah, you've always struck me as more of a Duretti than a Jace when it comes to Planeswalkers.
Duretti?
Yeah.
But I think I should be offended. I'm not even sure why.
Maybe a Garrick, I don't know.
I see myself more of a Ral Zarek. Is it? See, I kind of want to be... I don't hate, actually, the idea of being Vraska. Green-black is... Golgari is kind of my colours. Golgari kind of control. Blueless Control. And my turn. Slam a bolus.
I mean, we are at that Teferi point that you were concerned about last time, but equally we've got a lot of big stuff in our hand that we're going to have to jam into stuff. So I don't really see how. And he also didn't counter anything at all during our entire last game. So
and he's likely to have brought in more negates and stuff.
More anti-spell things.
Yeah, right, let's see. Let's see what happens. He's got a response. Worth a try.
That's fine, yeah.
So long as he doesn't untap, play Teferi. I just want to see it pass the turn back, and then that's fine.
Yeah, like he took a very reactive stance in the entirety of the first game. So
poorly as well, I might add.
Well, if those fumigates were the only answers that he had to bowl us, then he had to play them. So.
And we lose the game.
Not necessarily. My card is very good, but
so
we're not necessarily dead.
We play bolus again? That's all we can do.
We draw Vraska's Contempt, hopefully.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And then we deal.
Nope, so we play bolus.
Yeah, we play bolus. The Ravager.
That's fine.
That's fine.
That means this resolves. He discards a card. Oh no, because now he's got the mana to respond. Ugh.
That's fine. Every treasure that he sacks here is one extra card out of his hand anyway, so he can't then activate it for treasure.
He's already got infinite cards sat on the field. He's got Teferi.
He discarded a
Glyph Keeper.
Glyph Keeper. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, in theory,
we're not a million miles off. Yeah.
Let's skip to the good part.
Yeah, that card is obnoxiously good.
What can we do? Attack.
Yeah, we have to just start trying to beat it down. Yeah, and hope to interact with whatever removal he's got for our creature.
Okay. Not ideal.
Or we could just leave the Bolas back and then try and
that
could happen. Yeah.
We needed a Vraska's Contempt. We still need a Vraska's Contempt.
Yeah, so perhaps playing the Bolas was greedy, but I think
playing was greedy. I think we should have just left up the counters.
Because our opponent is almost certainly going to jam their Teferi.
Yeah. If we were on the play, turn 4, you drop the bolus. Ow.
I mean, we definitely just essence scatter that.
We can't. Play the bolus again.
Right.
So now we need a Vraska's Contempt. Hey! Our opponent still has up.
We don't get anywhere by waiting, so.
And it has to hit Teferi.
Yeah, 100%.
And they're going to sack that and disallow, and we lose the game. Or we're going to laugh in their face. Because at the end of the day, they've got no real card advantage left. We've got more cards, and arguably
they can draw one extra with the treasure cove here, but that's then they're tapped. Yeah.
Is this the one that's hex better than counter? Yeah. But that, if we manage to find a bolus,
then we can trade with
cast
it.
out,
Yeah.
so we can just find a way to get rid of cast out.
Yeah. We got time, and we got a couple of ways back into this. Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Or do you want a Gear Hulk for Contempt?
Yes, we do. You're right.
Gear Hulk, Contempt as the Angel.
Yeah. This opens us up to, I guess, Syncopate exactly, or Essence Scatter, but I think we need to get a threat on board, so yeah, hit the Contempt. It's already picked it out for us.
It's the only instant sorcery in the graveyard. I suppose they could have a negate here, which is maybe why they're...
But this way, at least we get a 5/6 out of the deal.
Yeah, and we get our Bloodfast back to draw ourselves to death more quickly. So our only real answer for Glyph Keeper is the 2 removal spells, which you took out our cheap ones.
We could draw Commit to Memory as well.
Or Bolus.
And bounce it. Oh no, it counts the first spell, doesn't it? Yeah.
It does. Bolus is what we need, isn't it?
To stand in the way.
Yeah, to trade with it. I mean...
Well, to be honest, if
a couple of Vraska's Contempt gain some life, we can race.
If our opponent doesn't get an additional threat here, then we could just go Gear Hulk into Gear Hulk and just smash.
Yeah, we just...
And then if we force them to fumigate or whatever, then we're pretty happy with that.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it gets they might have to kill their own Glyph Keeper off.
Right. Come on. Hurry up. Get on with it. Oh.
Yeah.
I'd take that trade any day of the week.
Fine with that.
they lose a card and they're undealable with threat.
He's also just put himself hilariously down on mana because of how much that Glyphkeeper costs to get back.
And his auto tap has dropped him away from all his blue mana, so we
Yeah.
can resolve anything we want, hypothetically, next
I mean,
turn.
we don't have anything great to resolve because our Gearhulk is really low value here.
Sure, but
I feel like we just want to draw a couple of cards off Bloodfast, right? And see what we get.
I'm happy to draw one here. I don't think I want to draw more than one right now, because I think I want to hold up Disallow.
Fair.
I want to
Well,
hit
we
a land
want to hit a
drop
land,
here.
and then we can draw another card, right?
But now I'm just going to pass.
Yeah.
Disallow has to be held up.
Yeah, definitely. In case of
Hilariously, Two
Mort-
of Braids
in case of
answers the
Mortifarian action.
Glyphkeeper.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Now we get to draw
yeah,
cards.
now we activate in response, yeah.
Sweet.
Make sure we get an island.
Thanks, opponent.
It's always good when they give you a hand, isn't it? And then we've got to commit to rebuy our Bolas. You need an island.
Yeah. Commit does rebuy Bolas. That's sweet.
So many for ones.
I'm loving our opponent.
He's been really, really cooperative, yeah.
He's been really generous with us. I mean, come on.
And then it would be if he's really generous, he won't play anything.
I mean,
and
we
we draw another card.
We are drawing another card.
Another beer.
We're down to 8 life, though.
That's fine. It's not 0. It's fine.
Ugh.
I mean, yeah, but now we can stop.
Ugh. Yeah, but where's the lands?
We don't need lands.
Now we just have to go to discard?
No, we just
We go to discard, we discard some useless stuff like the
yeah,
braids.
discard the braid. That's fine.
And then end of turn commit the cast out.
Actually, I kind of like waiting in case of like more Teferi's and whatnot.
Discard 2 braids.
Yep.
Everything else seems quite useful.
Wait till our opponent's end step and then try something.
Essence Scatter?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we can disallow it coming back next turn.
I mean, he might counter back here, but then again.
Auto tap is terrible. He's got rid of his blue mana again.
Yep. So commit the cast out.
Yeah,
now.
we're going to end step.
Oh right. Yeah. Sure. Thought you click through.
No,
I thought you
no.
clicked the tab thing.
And then you can discard another card. Thank you very much. Good game, well played.
Yeah. This repeat Spectre trigger from Bolas is really problematic in these control mirrors, isn't it? Of just like with the amount of exile removal going around, and oh, he had to pitch the seal away. Wow.
It's because I guarantee he's got another one in his hand.
Yeah, well, that's fine. We've got answers in our hand.
So we're saving disallowed for the Glyphkeeper coming in.
Yeah, so we attack. We got Supreme Will and Disallow. Yeah, so
And
we're easy in. Yeah. I mean, Syncopate's not super hot because of the amount of mana he's got left, but particularly if it is a seal away here. But we've got. Oh, settle the wreckage.
Well, then we Syncopate X1.
Yeah. Such a helpful opponent. I mean, really, he's just lining it all up for us. One after another.
Oh, this poor man. And then he's going to tap out to get this Glyphkeeper back. And we're going to get Liliana in.
We disallow that, then we get Liliana in.
Or we flip a bonus.
Or we flip
Again.
a bonus. And then kill
cast out, no.
Kill it for 10. Yeah. But then we find a way to Gear Hulk the commit in our graveyard, commit the cast out, and he just gets another card. There's just no
This is just all brilliant for us.
no ways in, no ways out.
So we disallow this. So you enjoying your first foray into Magic Arena?
It's interesting. It's not as I think the part that would cause problems for me is the current economy setup is
We're playing this
problematic.
tap.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, we just need lands now. We've got so much stuff going on. It's
Yeah.
sweet.
And then you may as well just jam the Liliana, to be honest. I'm not. If we have Liliana and Bolas in play, I'm not actually super scared of anything our opponent can do.
Yeah, you're right. Anything we can bring back, or just start Torrential Gear Hulk for
Nah.
nothing? No.
Just tick her
Tick
up.
up. Get some zombies going on.
Yeah. 'Cause this is a suite of threats that our opponent can't draw any single answer for.
Yeah, there's absolutely nothing you can get here, is there?
I mean, he could draw like a Teferi or something and start trying to build his way back in, but we've got more than enough pressure to actually deal with that. So.
I suppose Teferi in to settle the... No, because we've got,
No,
we've
got
got so
answers,
much
yeah.
going on that I'm not sure that does anything.
And he's probably just drawn a land. Yeah, cast out's fine.
That's not the... What are you going to hit?
Cast out the Bolas again. So
Sure.
now we Gear Hulk, commit that cast out, make him discard his last card.
Oh, we've even got Supreme World
all the way down. Actually, no, it's even easier than that. Play the land, take the Liliana down, get back the Gearhulk in our graveyard.
Oh, that is a sweet line. That is Death's Majesty right there. And she is bringing back Torrential Gearhulk. So you don't want a memory? You don't draw him 7 cards?
Nah, I'd much rather have Supreme Will up to counter our opponent's interaction here.
And then we get to commit to memory again. Yep. We get to commit the same cast out for the second time with the same card.
Yep. Careful, you click on the right one here, George.
Target spell, that one.
That one on that one.
And discard your last card, please.
This is extremely obnoxious.
This is very obnoxious. Would you have conceded by this point? Because I know I probably would have.
I think this right here is probably the point at which I concede, yeah, because you're just so buried.
But he's got his detection tower.
And now we get to flip a bolus.
Oh, please. Yes. We have to flip this now, don't we? It's definitely not the right play, but I'm doing it anyway.
It definitely is.
Oh, it's Vizier. And like, he can't copy the bolus.
Yeah.
He can copy?
Definitely is. This is fine.
Nope, because I'm going to reanimate the put a target creature. I'm going to put that.
Put the Vizier from his graveyard into play. So
Copy
rude.
the Gearhulk.
Oh, good
I don't think
lord.
there's anything good to flash back with it, but...
Who cares? We'll take a 5/6 and the last remaining piece of our opponent's action. Good lord. That's obnoxious. Whatever.
So nothing.
Yeah.
Just flashback.
You have to choose one, so choose the Essence Scatter, I guess.
No.
Oh no, we can.
And then we just choose not to cast it. Done.
Yeah. Don't want to upgrade one of our own Gearhulk, thanks, I'm good.
I'll attack for 2.
Your turn.
Oh, don't forget attack.
Well, that was a turn.
So we started this turn with nothing but a Liliana in play?
Liliana and a zombie. Yeah, we had a zombie as well.
So we tucked down, got back this, then flipped this, then got back... Yeah, there we go. That was a sweet game. That was so much fun. An opponent gave us the GGs. It definitely was a GG, I think.
Take note, everyone. Graveyards are busted.
Graveyards are very busted. So what do we get?
An Aether Tunnel. So if you wish to be obnoxious, you can find a hexproof creature to stick this on.
Sweet. So we're
3 wins out of
3-1
5.
now.
And 1 loss. So 2 losses and you're out? Is that how it works?
It's either to 5 wins or to 2
Or to
losses.
2 losses.
So come on, we got to get to the 5 wins here.
Based on how we've been going, should be fairly straightforward.
It's not the worst idea, is it? We've done okay.
We've rolled our way up fairly easily, yes. So have there been any rumblings or indication from Wizards as to as and when this is going to receive a mobile offering?
No, it's going live before the end of the year. It's coming out of beta before the end of the year. That's
And they're
what
currently
they've
just
said.
focused on making the PC version as robust as possible. Yeah, can't see anything wrong with that.
I like being able to keep all these sweet hands.
It certainly is nice, yeah.
Catacombs first.
No, yeah, okay.
We
Yeah.
want to
with,
cycle
with,
that,
with
don't
that
we,
now,
you know?
Catacombs first, yeah. So I suppose then, yeah, always that first, and then Canal, and then Islands.
Yes, I think that's right. So Canal and pass.
Does look like another control mirror though.
There's a hell of a lot of control
of
mirrors
people playing
tonight.
control tonight. Yeah.
Oh, hold on a minute.
Wait.
Turbo Fog.
Turbo Fog. So cycle.
God, Turbo Fog. Okay, well, I feel like this is a good matchup. They don't have that many counterspells in the main.
That's something we can certainly use as a source of constant pressure. That'll come into play tapped. Careful.
Island it is then. The champion.
And then discard some lands probably.
A Braid.
Oh yeah, a braid and a land. Probably,
If it's the
yeah.
same as... Yeah,
Discard
a Braid and Mountain.
Yeah.
If it's the same as my build of Turbo Fog, there is no target for a Braid in the main.
That's a nice pickup for this deck, isn't it? Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. Attack and pass. And then stop on their end step so we can cycle.
Yeah, that's cool.
Ah, they didn't play a land, interesting.
So they've got a stacked hand.
But if it's all full of fogs and stuff, then that doesn't really concern us overly, does it?
Fog's quite useless, to be honest,
Yeah.
against us.
Now, do we want to get Lily going here? Or do you want to glimmer into Gearhulk Glimmer?
Scarab got... I think Glimmer into Gearhulk Glimmer. I feel like we need interaction. We need
counterspells of some
Vraska's
sort,
Contempt, counterspells. That's fine.
Yeah, I suppose we are concerned here about a Teferi, aren't we? So
if you kill all the Teferis, this deck basically can't win.
Doesn't really do anything, yeah. That sounds right.
This was basically the matchup I had at Nationals. I was on Turbo Fog against Jadine Clarence, who was on blue-black. She didn't have the red, but
Same basic principle, yeah.
And she won because she cast 7 copies of Vraska's Contempt.
Between Gearhogs and everything, yeah.
Yeah. Let me glimmer here.
Yeah. Check it out. Because, yeah, the number
Consign is a temporary answer to Teferi. I think we keep that. We do keep that.
No, because we can't.
It buys us 1 turn, but that is sometimes.
No, I don't like it. Because because Oblivion essentially doesn't do anything because he's got so many dead cards in his hand that you're basically picking up a disperse.
Yeah, but all these cards don't really do anything either. So Gearhog pass.
Yeah, pass with Gearhog up.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, because if he does make a Teferi, then Gearhog can at least pressure it. Hopefully.
Now, if he's to the point where he's just going to start... Now, here's the real question.
Yeah, Gearhog.
I don't want a Gearhog here.
Definitely Gearhog. Look at how much action we've got in our hand.
Yes, and our opponent then casts take an extra turn at instant speed, and we don't get to untap again.
Point.
You have to be very careful, even at your opponent's end step.
About when you go.
If he's giving us a turn, we take the turn.
Sure.
Search for us counters fine, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, because we can't
do it and Gearhog. Yeah, but I mean, Gearhog's only hitting Glimmer, so because we've not got a counterspell in our graveyard.
What would you want to do here then? Bolus plus as counter?
That does let him know that he can go for it though. Because that taps his way down.
Just Bolus?
Or just
counter spell?
Super slow, but
it doesn't flare.
Yeah, maybe
I think I'd rather just hold up Gearhog.
Maybe, yeah. Well,
but then if he just passes like last
then
turn,
we keep not getting anywhere.
So I think we play Search and then pass the turn.
Yeah.
I think that what's likely to happen now is though he tasks take an extra turn at the end of our turn now.
And takes 2 turns in a row.
Yeah. I think that's going to be a real difficult position for us. Yeah, there's the extra turn.
And there's the Teferi.
And, I mean, it's not impossible to fizzle from this point, but it's kind of unlikely.
Because he gets to see so many extra cards, and then one of them has high odds of being taken an extra turn.
It's very unlikely to go through 20 cards of our library, not find any of our counter spells, any of our discarded, any of Vraska's Contempts.
Yeah.
That is... I mean, because we've got no responses, at least the game is quick.
Well, we might have to respond here in a second when he pluses this card.
With what?
Well, we get to choose which card he gets, right?
That's true. So we give you the second Teferi. You're not getting another... You're not getting
another take an extra turn.
That he can currently cast.
Yep. Planeswalkers do in fact count for...
1, 2, 3, 4. So he still gets to take an extra turn if he's got one here at his end step. Do we get an extra turn? This is it. Oof, right, we get an extra turn. Right, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I kind of want to keep
+2
that.
From the Teferi, it doesn't work. He gets to untap 2 with the Teferi trigger.
Yeah, but the way this deck works is that you tap down a lot of extra draw spells and stuff during your turn, then untap, take the extra turn. So you actually use a lot of your mana.
Yeah, I mean that does pair nicely with our other threats as well, because we can play a Bolus and hold that up.
Yeah.
I think.
We can. We definitely
can.
Actually,
hold on a minute. 1, 2, 3, and then 5. Yeah.
So I like Bolus here, I think.
Yeah. Put a bit of pressure on his hand.
Yeah, this is...
And then we have to ping Teferi for 2, don't we, to just try and slow it down a bit.
Yeah.
Ah.
Sure, it's countered. That is a discard. We just don't get the threat.
Yeah. And then we just play the same thing again next turn. Yeah. I mean, he probably fogs here, but to try and set up the ultimate. Yeah,
sure,
that's fine.
but he only ultimates if he gets another turn.
He needs another extra turn in order to ultimate. Yeah, but that's almost certainly what he's trying to set up. And that does get to flip, which gets him extra mana. Or does it?
Not yet.
Not yet.
It's only got
Oh,
6.
only 6. Okay.
Because the turn spells go back in.
Yeah. Right. Of course they do. Or exile themselves.
Yes.
Yeah, Teferi is very, very good. No, interesting. He's not chosen to tick down for the Temporal Sundering.
It's really weird. I'd have probably
Definitely
just gone straight
take
for
an
that.
extra turn. Yeah. Because it's not like ticking up Khan forever actually does anything for you.
No. Now this is an awkward position.
Yeah. Just main phasing it now.
Well, we can't. We just. Which means we just lose. Teferi. No, because he still needs one more turn.
No, it's at 7 now, so we can ultimate.
He's already ticked it up, so he goes to 8 next turn. It needs 8.
Oh, I thought it was -7.
Nah,
Okay.
we're all good.
You say that.
Yeah, it's not a great position. It's funny how it says my turn. You click the button for my turn. No, it's not. It's your turn.
Definitely not.
Again. This is where things go wrong though, when you can start activating as a counter.
In addition to taking all these extra game actions.
How do we win? We have to counter an extra turn spell here, draw a Vraska's Contempt. No, because he's got the 6. Right, we concede here.
Yeah, because he's got another extra turn spell. Yeah.
He has. I'm not sitting through this.
Nope. Agreed.
He's won the game.
Yeah.
I'm happy to accept that by this point.
Yep. So, all the removal comes out.
Negate, duress.
Glint Sleeves.
Yeah, also very good against this deck. And Fatal Pushes go. Essence Scatter goes.
The Braids go.
Braids go. Consigned to Oblivion stays. It's weak, but it's fine. Champion Dislowed. We need Doomfalls. Commit to Memory stays. Glimmer, Contempt, Bolas, Liliana. Scarab God is our weakest threat.
Yes, because it doesn't actually.
It hits our own stuff, but that's really weak.
Our own stuff doesn't die.
So we go down
He
2
doesn't kill any
Scarab
of it.
Gods. So we've got 2 more cards to dump.
Liliana's a bit weak as well for the same reason as the Scarab God. And we bought in the Glint Sleeves.
We did, and that's a way to win the game. Alright, cool.
Because we'd actually rather have the Glint Sleeves as a way to win the game, because the Glint Sleeves let us do little bits of damage, which is Fogs are much worse against, whereas what Liliana wants us to do is like build a massive board and then turn it all sideways at once, which is Fogs are much better against. So.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Like, we're a little weaker potentially to board it in like Fumigates and stuff now, but we just have to sort of play slightly intelligently around that. Yeah, happy with that. Would be happier with a counter spell, but what can you do?
So we do need
Swamp first. I'd always err on the side of being able to cycle lands away.
No, alright, sure.
Because we're playing the Siphon on too, no matter what. So the Sulphur Falls isn't a problem here.
True. So yeah, we have to do that and play that.
But yeah, I always even in control decks, I always err on the side of keeping the lands to cycle if I can line it up that way.
True. Yeah, fair enough. Now what? Oh, he's just... Yeah, fine, that's cool.
Just drawing some cards.
Draw a card.
We all want to draw cards too, buddy. Sulphur Falls, hit. Yeah, Sulphur Falls. Because if he casts a Gift of Paradise, we'd like to be able to counter it here.
That... No, you don't want to counter a Gift of Paradise.
It'll slow him down so much.
Anything that isn't Teferi or an extra turn spell is just not worth our time.
If we let him have the Gift of Paradise, then we can't counter the Teferi.
Why not?
With the Supreme Will or the...
Yeah, well, it's 5 mana. And we've still got 2 Vraska's Contempt. I, having played this deck myself a lot...
You'd rather play the Canyon.
You just stop Teferis. Everything is for Teferis. Everything else doesn't matter.
Yeah,
3 life is irrelevant.
That does also make our Siphoner better by enabling us to cast more of the stuff we draw here as well, because it makes our mana better.
You could always consign the Gift of Paradise.
That's cute.
Should just really annoy them.
I mean, we can't now, but...
We can consign plus
actually, yeah, we could. Yeah, I kind of like that line, actually. Just put him under... Yeah, put him up against it.
Because then he can't cast a Teferi.
He can cast a Khan, I suppose, which would be irritating, but then we can just attack it.
Or contempt it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really annoying. Playing the extra Siphoner lets us draw another card next turn.
Yep.
And that's how you win this game.
Not quite. We've still only got 2 energy total.
But if we hadn't played the second one, we don't have 1.
Oh, we don't have 1. I see what you mean. Yeah.
Here it comes again.
Yeah.
Field of Ruin would be nice.
Wouldn't it? Because then we could hold up Supreme Will too.
Take the action.
Rude.
Negate is good.
Negate is excellent. Yeah.
Draw.
Negate is what we want. And Swamp.
That's
Perfect.
cool.
Yeah.
And we just keep going.
Yeah. Send in the boys. Because handy dandy, even if they get fogged, we still get to gain our energy and draw our cards.
We do still get to draw cards.
We are all about. So Khan.
Do I care about Khan?
No. We let him. I think we let him get cards off this, and we might want to Supreme Will it, right? Our Supreme Will's value is going down as the game goes on.
You're absolutely right.
I mean, the Khan replacing itself wouldn't necessarily be a big problem, but yeah, okay. Yeah, we now are sort of priced into negating back, aren't we? Because otherwise the Khan's gonna.
Yeah, you're right.
Carry on and cause us problems.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Because as you say, we only really care about the Teferi's and we've got content. Plus, we're drawing so many extra cards here, so.
That's true, we are. We will pay some
energy to draw some cards.
Ugh. That's a lot of lands.
Not going great. Yep.
I almost want to Oblivion here.
That doesn't. Yeah, and then if he gets one card back off the Teferi, then that's alright because we've got 2 Grixis Contempts. So.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just get him down. I mean, he's going to discard some fogs, but that's fine because we've got a clock in place, so we're sort of alright with him discarding some fogs.
Yeah.
Did we actually hit a Haze of Pollen and
a Haze of Pollen and a Child's Course?
Yeah.
Some kind of relevant cards.
That is some kind of relevant cards, yeah. Although we don't have quite enough mana to double Contempt here, do we? Which is a bit awkward.
We do not, but let's see what we draw. Glimmer, that's weak. Spire Bluff is even weaker.
Yeah. So play the Swamp, just so we got
now,
black.
What do we do? Oh, Vraska's Contempt first, then we can decide where to attack.
If Teferi goes down, yeah. I think we have to do it that way, don't we?
I think we have to do it that way. Otherwise, what's... Yeah, okay, so Vraska's Contempt. We can pay for a Supreme Will.
Yeah. So
which is our opponent's counterspell choice.
Negate.
Oh, it just dies.
Yeah, excellent.
Sweet.
In the face. Dark Confidant is a really powerful magic card.
This is better than Dark Confidant. It's only losing us for life
Phyrexian
every
Arena.
turn.
Phyrexian Arena Confidant. Hey, it's Teferi number 2.
Hey, guess what we've got for Teferi number 2, Sam? Have we got Vraska's Contempt number 2?
What happens to a Teferi that gets struck by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else.
That's true.
Quick, George. Take some actions.
Yeah, just... this is funny. So, what do we get?
Oh, perfect.
That is beautiful.
Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
We will kill that.
No, really, go away. we don't want you here.
Nice.
Opponent tilting off a cliff. Don't be that guy. I hate that guy.
I love being that guy.
And this is why I don't get why these Turbo Fog decks don't play at least like some Settle the Wreckages or some... Wow, this is the third Teferi.
Just disallow, yeah.
Gotta be.
Boom! Goes the Dynamite. That is Teferi number 3 down.
Yep, 2 permanently gone. 1 million our opponent's discard pile.
But they've got no way to get that back.
This is where we really want the card Lightning Bolt so we can just kill our opponent. I mean, that's pretty good too. As is that.
Just keep paying the untap lands.
Yeah. Just let the auto tap go. Doesn't matter.
No, well, I'm just thinking, how scared are we? If we need to draw, we don't kill them next turn. They need a fog.
But they'll have a fog, so we might want to.
So bonus doesn't affect that in any way.
Yeah, so you might actually just want to play that and hold up. Hold on. Yeah, I was thinking we might want to hold up Glimmer into a counterspell just for whatever they've got.
We've got Glimmer into counterspell.
Wow, the 4th Teferi. Damn. All right, yeah.
We have to Glimmer response.
Let's dig and see what we can find. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Let's see what we get.
Yeah, we are still at the range
We
where
don't want either of those cards.
where Supreme Will do it.
We are. Nope.
Nope. Yeah, resolves.
Dang. I mean, they still can't win the game from
there.
there. They can't take an extra turn.
We get an extra card off the Bloodfast, so that's fine.
Now what happens? They untap 2 lands. They still can't do anything with it. The problem with being a Time Mage is things keep repeating. You're absolutely right. Stupid Teferi.
Apparently, the problem in this instance, the problem with being a time mage is that Teferi keeps showing up over and over again. The same guy keeps showing up in a loop.
Duress is very good.
That timing was super awkward though. Actually, yeah, we could potentially get like a Duress Bolas situation going on here where we can guarantee killing them this turn, which would be quite handy.
Draw for turn.
We want a Duress first.
Indeed. Let's play a land. Duress. What have you got, my friend? Show us your hand.
Unless we see exactly
you cast a
3...
fog in response,
yeah.
Yep.
That's fine. And then we get rid of all of those.
Nezahal.
Get rid of all
thank God for Bolas.
Get rid of all of that. Get all of that nonsense out of here.
I forgot about that boarding.
And then attack for our energy and pass the turn.
We want to play Search for Ascant.
Or do we want to play more Glint-Sleeve Ciphers? Or both?
I don't think we want to play another Glint-Sleeve. We're weak to like Fumigate as it is.
Yeah. Alright. And then play the Search, yeah.
Search, and then we can draw more cards.
Draw cards, yeah.
And still hold up the illusion of a counterspell. Not that he can play around a counterspell by this point in the game anyway. Now,
I mean, Nezahal doesn't have flying, right? So Bolas would still kill him, even if we left him with it. But,
so he's got.
Or actually, the Glint Sleeves would have as well because they've got menace.
He's got 3 looks at an extra turn spell.
Well, that's not happening now.
Yeah, it is. He untaps 2.
Okay.
So now he's got a lot of looks at an extra turn spell.
He put them both on the bottom though, so that's good for us.
I mean, that's what we want. Here it goes. This is the moment of truth.
But 1 extra turn spell is good for him, but doesn't necessarily lock it up, does it?
No, definitely not by this point in the game. But he is drawing a lot of cards as counter activations. It's not brilliant. If we lose from this position, I'll be very upset.
So I'll just flip the Bolas.
You were saying, yeah, Bolas does kill Teferi. But he's not far away from ultimating.
Yeah, he needs an additional extra turn spell to ultimate the Teferi. But he's sort of run out of like he's
activate Ascanter, then he can activate Ascanter again next turn. He's digging a lot.
But
of
can
cards.
he activate Ascanter again?
Nexus of Fate.
Okay.
Oh no, we're gonna lose to Teferi Turbo Fog.
Yeah, this deck is very obnoxious.
This is very annoying. I'm just going to activate this because I'm fed up of having to click OK on every one of his actions because we've got... Oh, and then the gate was 1 card too deep.
So we could have got there by activating the Bloodfast instead of playing the Search, and then we'd have drawn the
We
gate.
could have done.
So drawing a counter spell there is something we should have probably considered.
Yeah.
And he gets to keep his Teferi as well when he's doing all this nonsense later.
I think this is pretty much the end of days, isn't it? Exile. All he needs to do is exile 3 cards, the 3 creatures, and then he's got all the time in the world. We've got no direct damage.
Yeah, that ultimate is pretty unbeatable, yeah.
That is real sad. Let's give him a good game. Even if it doesn't really feel like it. We've got to be gentlemen about it. Him and his obnoxious deck.
Well, that was our misplay as well, because we should have been thinking about that. And
what?
And
we got rid of 3
Teferis.
Teferis. What's the chances of getting the 4th one?
Well, but the 4th one is what beats us, isn't it? So.
And then we got him to 0 cards in hand.
And then he still went off. Yeah.
Yeah. So we finished with a miserable 3-2.
We didn't need the Search, did we? So
we didn't.
So we could have thought about it a bit and gone, how can we lose from here, and then gone and searched for a counter spell instead with the activations on the.
So chat, Sam, are you happy to play some more games?
Yeah, I'll play some more games.
Right then, chat. What deck would you like to see? So we have Grixis Control, which we've just played, Blue-Black Control, Turbo Fog, Esper Control, an interesting black-green ramp deck of my own construction, or we do have 7 rare and 8 mythic rare wildcards. We could build something. So if there are any specific standard decks you would like to see played, post them up in the chat now.
We can have a look, see if we can create them.
What do you fancy? You want to play your mono red?
I'm kind of interested in the Turbo Fog deck, but I think
The Turbo Fog deck.
Yeah, the mono red deck's going to be a bit of a problem for us because of the sheer number of mythics in it.
That's very true, and most of them rotate in just a week,
Yeah.
so that might be an issue. This is the Turbo Fog deck. This is very similar to what our opponent just crushed us with. Uncomfortable Chill is my little addition. I like that.
Yeah,
it's a cycling
sort of a
fog.
Yeah, you get a bit of a fog effect and a bit of a full cycle all together. Yeah,
which is really relevant a lot of the time. So we'll just wait to see if there's any specific people who want to see if anyone wants to post up any cards, any decks, any specific things. We'll give it 2 more minutes. Otherwise, I think we're just going to play this Turbo Fog deck, aren't we?
sounds fine. Yeah.
It comes at the game from a completely unique angle. There's nothing else quite like it.
So what else have we got across the top here in Arena? So we got profile. What does the profile page look like there?
Profile at the moment is very simple. It's literally just choosing
your
an avatar.
avatar.
Jund. So Nick wants to play Jund.
That might be in terms of filling a deck up with rares there, Nick. That might be a bit of a problem for us.
Red Blue Wizards.
Wizards is
Red
an
Blue
option,
Wizards is
yeah.
a sweet idea. I could see Red Blue Wizards.
Yeah.
Rat Colony. Rat Colony deck.
Anything but a control deck.
Anything but control deck. Well, okay, we've just played control, so it won't be control then. I will show you what my black-green ramp deck looks like. This I took to the RPTQ.
Oh, so you put this version together. Okay.
So this is a sweet deck built around one card, and that is Hour of Promise. So you basically just have to fill your deck with sweet deserts, which do a lot of different things. Scavenger grounds, Arch for Raska to draw some cards, pump deserts, kill deserts. And essentially what you're looking to do is use things like Elvish Rejuvenator, Wayward Sword Tooth, ramp into your Hour of Promise, which gets you a ridiculous amount of value, 2 lands and 2 zombies. And then your kind of big win the game cards are Palaka Worm.
Which was a nice pickup for this deck from the core set, for
Absolutely,
sure.
especially against those aggressive red decks. Vraska and Carnage Tyrant. And then there's just a hell of a lot of value. So you've got Never to Return, Cast Down, Bloodfast lets you draw through the deck. So this is quite a cool little deck that I'm quite proud of, to be honest. I absolutely love it to pieces. And then out the sideboard, you bring in a lot of cards against control, like Glint Sleeves. The one downside to this deck is it gets crushed by the card Approach of the Second Sun, because I have no way to interact with it.
2 downsides. Also gets crushed by the card Vinemare, as we found out.
Vinemare less of an issue, actually. Now that I put the Elvish Rejuvenators in, rather than the Gift of Paradises...
You can jump it for long enough to build up to,
your
own wins.
Palaka Worm, Carnage Tyrant, an untapped land, Karn tokens. Like, there's actually Wayward Sword Tooth. There's plenty that actually blocks and trades with the Vinemare
ways to
in the
actually
end.
get in the way. Because previously it would just run you over before you could get those things actually online, wouldn't it? Yeah.
What do you think about playing this deck, Sam?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Sweet. So, there is no Golter. The problem with playing Golter is we don't actually have that many creatures. So Golter a lot of the time
Can't
would
come
rot
down
in your
early enough,
hand. Yeah. Most of what you're playing with is Planeswalkers, Karns, Nissas, Vraskas, and although they create tokens, you can't really get that much value off it.
Yeah, let's give this a go.
Either that or Red-Blue Wizards. So I'm going to narrow it down to Red-Blue Wizards or this Black-Green deck. So just 1 more minute. Someone give me some... Sandworm Convergence could be very good.
Unfortunately, it sort of works the wrong way around. You really prefer one that stops creatures without flying from attacking you, rather than stopping creatures with flying. You'd much rather have a moat than a... I don't know what... Some sort of sky wall. Yeah, I don't know what the terminology is.
So Nick wants the Black-Green ramp deck. That's cool. I wish Arena had Play with Friends as well.
Hopefully, as time goes on, that kind of feature will be the kind of thing that they'll add in. Some sort of challenge mode.
Yeah.
It seems very foolish that it wouldn't have something like that in it before too much longer.
Seems like a few people want Black-Green, so let's play Black-Green then. Let's jump back into a competitive constructed with Black-Green ramp. Sweet, yeah. Easy choice. Arena will definitely have Play with Friends. It is coming. That's been confirmed.
Some sort of versus mode, yeah. It seems very, very logical for it to put that in eventually.
It's still in beta, so they're still tinkering with it all the time.
Hopefully they'll change the economy again to something that actually works.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'll tell you what. The next stream we'll do, I will put together a sweet Is It Wizards deck, and we'll play through a league with that.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
Because there is a lot of power in that. And it'll have to be before rotation, because I do want to see Soulscar Mage.
Yeah.
So we will play next week.
Although it could also pick up nicely after rotation as well, once it gets whatever Is It Wizards happen to be hanging around.
Snapcaster Mage?
Probably not that one. I'd be very surprised with that one.
Wizards Lightning, Snap Wizards Lightning?
No, it's much easier than that. If
Now this is actually a keep.
Yeah. It doesn't look it, but from this deck, this is actually a reasonable hand. Because
this...
you want to not miss your land drops. That is the most important thing.
You don't want to miss your land drops. You've got a card draw. You've got a way to eventually protect yourself. And the important thing is you need a desert on the battlefield when you draw your Hour of Promise.
Your Hour of Promises, absolutely. Otherwise, you don't get your zombies.
And we want to be playing.
Our opponent's going to be playing mono red, and we're going to die. But that's just the price you pay with this deck sometimes.
Yeah, my opponent's on red.
Nailed it.
You're right. Bloodfast flipping, starting to sack zombies though, relevant.
Or Palaka worms.
Is Niv Mizzet a wizard? He's not, is he? He's a dragon.
He might be a dragon wizard.
Oh, dragon wizard, that'd be cool.
Let's have a look.
Oh, it's the aggressive one. It's Pyromancer as well. Drawing more lands is not necessarily what I want to see here.
Dragon wizard.
He's a dragon wizard.
Sweet.
So you could go for like big wizards.
Big fat wizards.
Oof. Now this is an aggressive red deck. Okay, this is a bad hand against mono red. That does help. That
helps quite
next
a bit,
turn.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be able to use this at all, I don't think. But
because with Paying the Life is just way too big of a cost. Yeah.
Absolutely. Please don't play anything particularly offensive here. Chandra here.
Chandra or Phoenix, yeah. I was worried about Phoenix here because our zombies don't block.
I'd rather have a Phoenix because Compass flips with the Hour Promise.
With the Hour, yeah.
So we get to block, flip with the Hour Promise.
Anyway, you want to...
Right, so end of turn we'll choose
dig
for
for your
land.
land, yeah.
And
because why not?
Get another basic for us. Oh, my opponent hasn't not got 3 burn spells here, have they?
If they do, there's nothing we can do about it.
Wow.
Wizard Lightning, Shock.
That was the good game right there. Triple Wizards Lightning.
Triple Bolt. The old Triple Bolt draw.
The old turn 4 win in Standard.
Yeah.
Ouch.
That was certainly some damage to the face right there.
Right, so now we get to bring Fungal Infection, Gifted Aetherborn,
Essence Extraction. You still play the Fungal Infections, I see.
Thrashing Bronstone.
I like Gonti quite a bit as well.
Gonti, your Henny's Expertises. You can see my sideboard was made for this kind of matchup because it's a tough one.
Yeah. So Duresses are bad.
Sense Deliverance is bad. The Duresses are bad. We go down Wayward Swordtooths because they're weak.
They can't block, yeah. What's the Bronzodon for?
Bronstone is just a 4 toughness
cheap
dude.
Creature with 4 toughness, sure. And then cut some of the
Carnage Tyrant
stuff.
is weak. Vraska's necessary. Plackerworm's good. Nissa I'm not a big fan of.
No, she just sort of doesn't demand an answer.
We need the Khans for card advantage.
Yep.
So,
you need all the contempts to answer various
and
nonsense.
all the cheap stuff.
I'm not super jazzed about Never Return, actually. It's kind of inefficient.
It kills it. It's another way to kill Nissa, and it is just a removal spell. Chandra, that's the one I meant.
It's more the fact that it doesn't interact with Phoenix or...
I prefer that to Gonti, which just gets lightninged and swung past.
That's true, yeah. I suppose he's got crashes, so Gonti's not super exciting.
So cool. Right, there we go. Now, that hand was really weak to mono
against that particular deck, yes.
That was probably the worst hand we could have possibly had. A keepable worst hand. Against Control...
But it's the first time we've run into mono red, or even mid-range, that hand would have been totally fine, yeah.
Against
this just
Control,
happens to be the first time we've hit mono red this evening.
Oh, this is real weak. We can't keep this.
No, we need a black source. Although we get an extra land and then we get another look off.
We need another land to get that. I guess we have to keep this.
Yeah.
And yeah, hope to hit land.
Not really happy about it, but yeah.
If we hit a second land, we can kill the first few plays.
First couple of things, yeah.
We just have to hope to scry into a land.
There
okay, that's fine. Yeah. Swamp, play that.
Yep.
And we're on the place.
So we have to not crack this Wilds, which is awkward.
Oh, that's very awkward.
He's probably not got a 1-drop, so that's fine.
the super aggressive mono red deck does not have a 1-drop. Oh, look, there's one.
I think we value hitting this land more than
we do.
The extra bit of damage we're going to take off this Soulscar Mage. Awkward though it is.
Oh, it's not ideal. We've just had the worst possible hands against very, very punishing decks.
That's less scary.
Oh, no land. Our opponent is just as screwed as we are, and we have all the answers. Swamp here? Can we see swamp?
That'll do. Yeah.
Do we play the Rejuvenator
Yeah, definitely. 100%. We need to hit ramp as hard as we can.
Another black source.
Take a swamp.
Cemetery.
I'd take a swamp so you could cast a fatal push, but that's just me.
It doesn't enter. It comes in tap no matter what you
anyway.
choose.
Right.
I guess we champ here. He's not going to trade with anything
Save
later
more
on.
life later, and he's got pyromancers
Yeah,
and
right.
stuff.
Okay. Well, you say he's got a load of instants. He just goes Wizard's Lightning, and I wish I'd have chumped.
Point.
Oh, just take, what, 12 damage? Well, that feels real bad. At least I've got double cast down
Just
now.
kill both of his men now before he was his lightning you again.
I suppose I probably should have done.
That one permanently has 2 power, so I want to kill that one. Oh, make sure you get the block in first, actually. I suppose.
Yes. So I'm going to block a Soulscar Mage. Use cast down.
Yeah, use cast down first. And then probably use another cast down for mana efficiency reasons.
Yeah.
I don't think we care about. There's no. Yeah, that.
We're still not quite dead.
No, but we are very up against it.
I'm going to fatal push because something like an Armcrop Crasher can't be fatal pushed.
Yeah, that's fair. Or a Chain Whirler.
The likelihood is we'll just have to use cast down against this Soulscar Mage next turn anyway, but...
No, we're on 4, we can't risk playing the Khan.
That's so sad.
I know, but...
Ah.
I have a sneaky suspicion that the last card on his hand is probably a Hazoret, so we're probably... No, he's not going to land. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, we have to cast down, yeah.
Yeah. Although again, we probably should have done that source.
So we lost to the triple Wizard's Lightning last turn, and we lost the triple Wizard's Lightning this turn.
Okay, now we can get the Khan down. Because we're pretty dead to Hazoret either way, so we need to hit some lands here and get things moving towards that Vraska.
I'd like to see a land in an hour of promise. A Lightning Strike. Yeheni's expertise is going to give me
He's
here.
going to give you the Yeheni.
Oh no! This is such a weak. Ah. This is very upsetting.
And then the Blooming Marsh on the
There
king.
we go.
Yeah.
That's it. Good game.
Boom.
Good game, opponent. We played against your kind of deck.
Oh well, yeah. I was wondering where these decks had gone, because it seems we all control up to here, but...
I know, we would have preferred to see that against the...
Against the other... Yeah, if we could have swapped these around, we'd have been quite happy. But, oh well.
Well, let's keep going. We got to get some more We got to get some more wins here.
Do you prefer paper magic or online magic? It's a good question. I think I prefer paper magic. The game as a whole is a little bit too
Clunky.
complex and too involved to really get like a good. I mean, this is a pretty functional version.
But you couldn't play eternal formats on this. The programming to put
Yeah,
all
it's
the
not
old cards
all
in.
all the stops and triggers and with all the weird interactions in all the formats, which a lot of the decks are based around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is just standard, and this is buggy enough as it is sometimes. Jace versus Jace.
There's also the problem that online magic has, where it's just even this. I mean, as you say, from the evident bugginess of it, like it's just not very supported by Wizards themselves. Like this has been developed by a relatively small subdivision within Wizards.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
That looks okay to me.
It's not ideal, but we keep. Hopefully we can
We can cycle.
hit a land on time. We can cycle. Turn 1 duress.
Yeah, seems fine. Lathnu
Hold
Hellion,
on.
Combustible Gear Hulk. What is this?
At least it's a slower red.
It's a bigger red, but that might be more of a problem because it's going to do damage to us in bigger chunks later on.
Nah, I can deal with that.
Okay.
Oh, that's what we needed to draw. That was
Yeah.
beautiful.
So we can save the Dissenters for that Combustible Gear Hulk.
Yes,
Now.
that's a very good point.
Because then we can just let him have his cards with knowing that we've got a clean answer to the Gear Hulk at least.
Yeah, that's true. That gives us plenty of time. Oh, shit.
Thanks, Nick.
No, it was all
It
there.
was all on that. Yeah.
It was on there. We're all good. Nick, what do you mean switch the game back? Is the game not on?
Not on the display screen.
We're all good. Right.
Trying to put
Taking
us
more
off our
damage.
game.
Is trying to put us off our game.
But it can't be done. We're too good.
Oh, do you know what blocks a 2-1? A 1-1.
Checks out. Checks out.
Cool, right. Oh, even better. We're getting there.
Take your desert, right?
We've got 2 desert. Yeah, you're probably right.
Hold on, black sources for Wrestler's Contempt.
We've only got one.
We've got a dead land, and we
Yeah.
don't want to take the pain if we don't have to, so yeah.
Best take the swamp.
Best
And this
take
deck
the
doesn't
swamp.
seem to have much in the way of graveyard synergy, so it doesn't
No.
really matter.
No. Oh, interesting.
Oh, we're showing us play.
I was playing MTG Arena rather than showing Magic the Gathering. That's interesting. I didn't realise it. So about that blocking that one.
Ah, yeah, that kind of hurts a little. Now what? Fatal Push is a good draw because we can Vraska's Contempt and Fatal Push.
So I guess we just do that. What are we worried about? So the Hellion would be a big hit, but that's about the same size of hit as the Chain Whirler, so I think we'll just...
Yeah, that's true. Doesn't appear as if our opponent's got any.
Have they got any additional energy generation? No, so they can... How exactly does Hellion work? They pay once to keep it around once, is that right?
They can pay once to keep it around, that's pretty much it.
Get 2 energy, and then...
They have to
Actually,
pay
we've
2
got...
there instead.
oh no, we can't revolt, can we?
So we now have to... No, that's not right.
We probably do still have to Contempt it, annoyingly.
Contempt the Hellion.
Actually, no, we'll get rid of the Chain Whirler. Because we take 2 extra, but we gain the 2 back from gaining life,
And then we
and then we
kill the
Contempt the
Pyromancer.
Pyromancer, yeah.
pay a life, but that saves us 2 points, so that's worth
and
it.
more the next turn as well, yeah. Actually, yeah, we probably just have to Contempt the Hellion again. Now, anyway.
Yeah, I think you're right. And my opponent's a million turns off there.
do
Should
you
we
want to just
cycle?
cycle that to try and hit your land drop? Yeah, so you can get that Vraska next turn, potentially.
Okay, that's not great.
No. Now they're creeping up, obviously.
What?
Approaching the land drop for the... But we've got the Vraskas now, so we've got easy answers to that thing when it arrives. You're going to have to use Vraska's Contempt on the Hellion here. Or you want to use it on the Courier and force him to try and ditch some cards.
I gain 2 life up to 11, then take 5 down to 6.
6 is very low.
They don't appear to have that much in the way of burn, though.
True.
I kind of want to kill the Courier because I'm greedy.
But if we kill the Courier, he sacks it, so we don't gain the life.
But he then has to discard his 2 cards. And he doesn't draw any. He goes empty-handed. I don't think he's going to do that.
Yeah, because we did it before the trigger result, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is where we play some other random energy generating derp and we feel very foolish.
No.
That's fine.
A weak Lava Runner. That's fine. That's even
That's
better
perfectly.
than a land.
That's exactly what we want. Yeah.
Desert, 2 deserts, so we need 1 more desert. So we're going to take a card drawing.
Yeah. Take
And
Arch
1 more desert.
and a Hachette. Because it might be relevant to pump a guy up to win a
But
race.
these can
or
literally kill those.
something. That's true. Yeah, right.
Perfect. Now we've got 2 blockers for the 2 Lava Runners. Hey, isn't this game easy?
And he gets 3 fresh cards. Oh, why didn't he cast his? Oh, it's 6.
6 mana.
I thought it was 5.
Vraska?
Yeah.
Vraska's just better.
Yeah, better than the extra.
Start ticking up.
Yeah, better than the extra hour. Gives us an onboard answer to that gear hulk as well.
Job done. No attacks. We're not falling for that one.
No.
We're getting there. Cool.
Chip away, chip away.
Come on. Oh, he hasn't drawn a land. Otherwise, it's obvious. What has he drawn?
Maybe slam, yeah.
Instant or sorcery, I reckon.
Yep. And then hour. The hour of power.
This is the way it goes. This is how you turn it round. We've got our 3 deserts already, so now we just get to choose what we want. So what do we fancy? Any of these?
So we want
Field of Ruin is irrelevant.
Yeah.
Scavenger Grounds doesn't seem particularly important, so I guess just more deserts?
yeah,
One of each?
take 1 of each and then a dual land. Oh no, we only
Just
get 2,
2.
don't we? Yeah.
Do you want to attack here?
Yeah, I think so. I'd send in a pirate or 2.
Menace Pirate and one zombie?
Nah, just a Menace Pirate. Not in a rush.
Yeah, okay. Here we go. It's finally turned around. In fact, are we...
Yeah,
we're
at
ultimate.
Next turn,
We ultimate
then
and win.
Just, yeah, we just kill him with the Menace Pirates.
Wow. That's the way the cookie crumbles.
So it seems.
Delicious cookie. So by that logic, we should have held this pirate back.
Yeah, but it would probably be fine. Yep.
You
fine.
can have your
whatever
cards.
cards you want. That's fine.
And we win the game. Have your opponent target... Yes. You may have 3 cards. Unless you've drawn into 2 copies of Fire Blast, I think we're okay. That's more the way that matchup is supposed to go. Hour of Promise is the best card in the deck. It is incredible. So again, Essence Extraction, Ether Boys,
He's big red though, so don't go overboard.
But we've got Bomat Courier, Vishanu Pyromancer, the Lava Runner. He's still got some
true. He's still
little
got some
stuff.
low stuff, yeah.
I think it doesn't change what we do.
Mm.
We don't want anything
Like,
else.
you maybe don't want the Fungal Infection, because he's not...
Still
like,
kills
super
Bomat Courier, Pyromancer, and still trades the 1/1 and the -1 for the...
For the 2/1. For the 1/2, yeah, that's
If he
fair.
attacks with the 1 as a 1/2, it kills it and I keep the Saproling, so
Yeah.
that seems sweet.
Yeah, I suppose.
So Bloodfast goes down.
Duress goes down.
Deliverance, Duress.
Compass is super slow, actually. We probably should have cut that last time. No, the flip is very good.
Flip is very good against things like...
That's true.
And it flips as soon as you cast an Hour of Promise.
Hour of Promise, yeah.
Sword Tooth's a weak.
Yeah.
And Carnage Tyrant.
Yeah.
I think I'd actually rather have that than a Nissa.
Yeah, because it at least does something else.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, I think I would have probably rather had the Dissenters than both, given that he showed his Combustible Gear Hulk, but...
Yeah, that's true.
Because it at least cycles away.
So... Here we go. The black-green deck is sweet. Oh, instant mulligan.
Brachiosaurus. That's better.
That is a good 6-card hand, though. And... 1, 2, 3, 4...
Yeah, we've got a Sword Tooth, so any extra lands are going to be good.
Compass finds us extra lands, and we still need something to ramp into.
It costs us mana. No, I think we keep this.
Alright. On your head be it.
We need... So
Why don't I play any Bontu? As in Bontu's Last Reckoning, or the actual god of Bontu?
So Last Reckoning is the problem that we'd run into is that because we need to... We're a ramp deck, so the cost of our lands coming on...
Yeah.
Not coming into play tapped is even greater than it would be for a normal deck.
Yeah, the problem is that this deck is built so much around your lands. You tap all your mana every turn to activate... Oh, you mean Bontu the god? Oh no, Bontu's Last Reckoning, yeah, the 3-drop. So, yeah, the problem with that is that you're just so reliant on your lands in this deck that having them not untapped for a turn is just such a drawback. It's so
drawback,
difficult. Yeah. Yeheni's Expertise is the closest we get to a board wipe. It's,
And it does enough to keep you caught up.
I did put Bontu's Last Reckoning in here at one point, but it was really difficult. So here we go, Rejuvenator.
Chain Whirler is what I'm thinking about. Did he show us game 1?
But even then, this doesn't do anything against
So
Chain.
it doesn't interact, yeah, but it does let us start ramping towards the compass. Oh, so does this, yeah. So, yeah,
This ramps us by the same amount that does.
Yep.
Hopefully. Assuming we draw as soon as we find a land in the top 5.
Out of this deck, it's got to be.
Harness Lightning?
This is an odd builder red.
This is real spicy red right here.
Although Harness Lightning with Hellion makes sense, I suppose.
Desert.
So you want a desert, right? Yeah.
And then we can play next turn Wayward Sawtooth for 3. Play 2 lands, have 3 mana.
And activate the compass.
1, 2, 3.
If you don't draw anything else.
Yeah, if we don't draw anything else. But if we don't draw anything else, I think
We're going to lose.
not in a great
he's
position.
He's got a lot of extra cards on the area. We could do with, as ever, we could do with drawing an Hour of Promise.
We do have strong 3-drops between the Rejuvenator, the Sword Tooth. There are a lot of good 3-drops.
Even just something like
deck.
a compass for free is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are quite behind the 8 ball here.
I mean, our opponent's curved out perfectly.
There we
Oh,
are.
hello.
That's the start.
You know and then we flip the compass.
And suddenly it's not... I mean, we still got the Chandra to deal with, but it's suddenly not out of the game. So we need 1 desert and 1
Draw
arch.
spell and another
Dead
black
lands.
desert.
Yeah, we've not got a black... Oh, we have, yeah.
And that flips, and now we have a Mazavith. See, that is the power between the... See,
The
one...
interaction between those two, yeah.
The games you win is when you hit an Hour of Promise on turn 4 or 5. The games you lose is when you don't see an Hour of Promise at all. So what have they seen?
Yeah,
They've seen a shock.
In an
Do you
ideal,
want to cast a shock?
in an ideal world, we'd obviously have a.
They are casting a shock.
Not
kill a-
quite sure why.
Kill a zombie.
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, we're still gonna. If they attack with the courier, we're still immediately.
Flame of Kelt. We have to block the Pyromancer. We can't leave a
Well,
red...
we're about to have Wayward Sawtooth, so that's dealt with there.
Oh, well, then we just block Courier now. This is
Yeah.
easy. They sack and get 5 cards, but that is going to be an issue.
That is going to probably kill us, yeah.
Braska, kill it.
Yeah.
Brontodon, kill it. There's a bunch of stuff that we can draw that deals with it. Even a Palaka Worm would help.
Yeah, just to stabilise us a bit.
I mean, you
Yeah.
know you're sacking it.
This is likely going to be problematic for us. So that is a lot of extra effective damage.
That doesn't do anything,
No.
so we just have to play Woodland Cemetery, play the Sword to... let's draw a card.
See if we can hit something. Yeah. One of the swamps.
Yeah, that's what then. It's 5 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Our Promise is a good card.
But we just play the Sawtooth here. And then play the extra land. Oh no, we have to tap the...
Yeah, we should have done that the other way around. I think we still play Swordtooth, play the
Yeah.
extra land.
Yeah. I think so as well. Because a 5/5 is way bigger than he can deal with. No attacks. 100% no attacks. Yeah, that was a mistake on our part.
Yeah, but it's all about playing the punts. We're not professional Magic players. We are...
Casual amateurs.
I'd say we are
So hopefully here
stronger than average amateurs.
plays out a bunch of guys to try and maximise his Flame of Kill next turn, and then we get to expertise them all away is the hope.
And then attack Chandra for 2 with the Sawtooth.
I'm not super fond of attacking when he's about to have a third chapter
Amazing
of Flame
if.
of Kill go off, but that's true.
So he plays loads of dudes to get this. We wipe the board. 1, 2, 3, 4. We wipe the board and play Hour of Promise. And still have Maze of Ith up.
We are very close to being just dead to Chandra's activation here, though.
Oh, we're just dead.
Yeah. Has it turned off by him stealing it? Has he got 10?
He's got the City's Blessing.
Oh, bugger.
Oh, absolutely. Hashtag ban Bomat.
It's fine, it'll be banned in a month or so.
You mean it'll rotate out?
Yeah, same difference.
Have you seen they've been playing it in Legacy? Rug
Yeah,
Delver's
Rug
been
Delver
playing
has
it.
been lunatics who've decided that...
Oh, we won the first game, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Huh, sweet. So what did we discuss anything different? No.
We wanted the Deliverance in over...
Deliverance
something-
doesn't hit anything.
Well, at least cycles. Something early.
Over what? 'Cause
Over the
everything else is-
Swordtooth, was it?
I think I'd rather have Swordtooth than just cycling.
But it's a target for that Yehedi's expertise that we just got killed by.
Which normally our opponent wouldn't have 10 permanents. Yeah, right. I don't know how it lasted this long either. Bomat Courier is what makes the mono red deck so powerful, because it corrects all the downsides of mono red. Because mono red,
particularly in the current build of mono red, where it's all around Hazaret
Yeah.
and that whole ditch your entire hand line that Hazaret encourages, and then Courier just
but even then,
pays
mono
you back
red
for doing that.
of years gone past loses because they've got no source of card advantage. This is a sweet hand.
Yep.
No source of card advantage, whereas Bomat Courier allows you to ping your opponent for 1, turn after turn after turn, until you can draw a whole new hand.
Yeah. And also, not only that, but then if they then try to deal with it to stop the cards that are coming under it, then you also get the additional card advantage of making them waste a removal spell on your 1 mana 1/1.
Yeah, and we just Fatal Push. Then we're playing Gifted Aetherborn, aren't we?
Yeah, that's fine.
We do need to find some kind of payoffs, though. This hand stabilises us in a short run.
I mean, this is probably going to get Harness Lightning or something, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. That's 3 points off our face.
That was
And our
gonna
opponent's
happen.
not playing a creature. This is difficult, though.
Field? No.
There's
suppose
no
not. It's
targets.
just going to be mountains, isn't it?
So we got... What?
Yeah, that's a card, I guess.
That is a magic card. Well, that is
That's
something
alright.
that will eventually happen.
So yeah, stop on our opponent's combat step. See what happens. So if they play like a Chandra or something here, then we're probably going to have to hit that instead of the
Scourge.
the Hill Giant. Yeah.
Oh, that's fine. We're just going to hit the Scourge.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. I'm still at 19.
Briefly.
Yeah, until I drop back to 17. But we're not far off casting this Vraska.
Not the face.
So we need Hour of Promise off the top.
That
What do
would
we
be
get?
handy.
Push is fine.
That'll be serviceable. Yeah.
Now I'm playing Field of Ruin, I guess. And then I get Vraska next turn on a relatively empty board.
To kill whatever his 4-drop is. Yeah. No. Not doing anything.
It's going to be a Chandra.
But then we have to try and pressure it with tokens.
We
Don't we?
just push. Yeah. I like Ravenous Chupacabra versus aggro as well. But the thing is, Ravenous Chupacabra is in its best matchup. It's in its in its best position though when it's in Scarab God decks when you can bring it back.
Rebuy it. Yeah.
Or even in kind of the Panharmonicon decks and you get multiple triggers off it.
The other issue that it suffers against, specifically against mono red, is that a lot of the 4-drop threats that you really want it to answer, it just doesn't. Like your
Hazoret,
opponent has a board of
Phoenix.
Hazoret, Phoenix, Chandra, and you just go.
Our
Or
opponent's
any
lightning
two of
striking
those things.
Vraska. That is
That
a
is
win for us.
Fine by us. Yeah.
Are they going to use 3 burn spells on it?
Yep. Sweet deal. I'll take it.
Wow. I'll take a
Yeah.
4 for 1?
Yeah. I mean, the 2/2 is only like half a creature, but
But that was 3 cards to
Yep.
answer our... I mean, we're still left with nothing though, is the problem.
yeah, but we're all right here. I think I'll start attacking.
I am.
Yeah. We got 2 kill spells here. We're fine. He's probably trying to hand dump for like a Hazoret or something.
Chandra? Yeah, I suppose a Hazoret comes...
Makes the most sense here.
Even Hazoret doesn't come down and attack here, does it?
No, but that's yeah.
Well, this seems great. I'm at 17 life and our opponent has just used 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage.
10 points of burn. Yeah. Push that.
Wait for the trigger.
Yeah, I suppose.
Make them exile. Hopefully a Hazoret off the top of their library.
Would be nice. Or a combustible gear hulk or something.
Something.
Some big boomer.
And the thing is, at the end of the day, we're down to 1 card each. My card is very powerful.
And your cards on average are a lot more
Significantly
powerful
better.
than your opponent's cards, provided they're not lands. Because he will draw less lands than you slightly.
That's true.
Mono red typically playing in the region of 20 to 24. George, how many lands are you playing?
26.
Tap Scanning Grounds as well. Not that it matters. Deadlands.
Yes. It's a kill desert.
It is a kill spell.
Sweet. I love this deck. I forgot how much fun this was. I'm gonna be very sad to see Hour of Promise rotate out.
But let's face it, George, it wasn't actually very good.
It wasn't very good. I guess we keep attacking.
Yeah, I don't know. This is so marginal. I might not have done. Because he might play.
What are they going to play an attack with that I won't want Vraska's Contempt?
Fair. Black Mountain.
That is fine.
Yep, we're quite happy with that one.
And I will immediately activate it, get a land, and then it will flip. Thin the deck a little bit.
And have a additional insurance up with the Maze of Ith. Yep.
It'll be tapped for this turn because it doesn't untap, unfortunately.
Oh right.
But that's fine.
Still have the Contempt shield up. Yeah.
Sweet. Come on. I mean, my opponent does appear to be drawing all lands, which is fantastic for me. And I appear to be drawing not kind of the haymakers, but just
Spells.
okay spells.
But also, your deck is built to operate while flooded, because that's sort of what the game state that you're encouraging, whereas your opponent's deck is decidedly not.
Correct. He needs a combustible gear hulk. A combustible gear hulk puts him in a very strong position. But that's it. See, we are possible. I mean, okay, that was not exactly a meta build of mono red, but there is a possibility of taking down mono red with this deck,
Well, let's queue into the third mono red matchup and find out.
which is the opposite of the control matchups we had against our Grixis deck. This is the kind of deck I like. grindy black-green decks, which is why I'm thinking about building Jund in Modern.
Well, to be honest, there's an interesting sort of bit of consensus going around. Like with Fatal Push and the addition of this new nonsensical green-black spell, I'm not quite sure what you need the red for anymore.
Yeah, I suppose.
So you can largely be green.
Bloodbraid.
It's okay,
Bloodbraid is the nuts.
but there's a lot of other very good 4-drops.
Oh, but it's not Bloodbraid.
You could play Kalitas.
The Slack-jawed yokel.
You could play. Oh, that's worrying. So they're going to play a giant man, and then we're going to cast it down. Oh,
wow.
No, never mind then.
They do have a Carnage Tyrant, a Vine Mare, and a Carnage Tyrant.
Yeah, that's more worrying.
And next turn, I cast down the
you're
Land
going to cast down the Land Royals.
No, I'm going to push
you're
the...
going to fail push the Land Royals, yeah.
Unless this is a... No, it's
Blossoming
not.
Defense, yeah. Phew, bullet dodged.
I love mono black as well. There is a lot of value, especially with the Cabal Coffers lands.
The not Cabal Coffers, yes. Okay,
don't have desert.
We're not doing too badly here. It's a decent start.
Yeah, but they're now going to get Vine Mare down.
Yeah, we're going to die to this Vine Mare pretty quick.
And that's going to be a real big problem. Vine Mare and Carnage Tyrant's two big problems for this deck. Now, what do we need? Another Wrath Promise is not great.
Just, get the Khan going. All hail the Khan father.
Mono black is too mid-rangey in this meta, you're absolutely right. Interesting.
He's probably going to give us
Bloodfast.
third Bloodfast because he's worried about our promises. Little does he know
that we have no deserts.
Yep. Actually, he might just give us a third Hour Promise. That'd suck.
No, you got to give Bloodfast here. Bloodfast is just weak against the kind of
deck full of 5 power men. Yeah.
You don't get to draw that many cards before you die.
Oh, I bet I know what this is. This is the Sarkhan's Unsealing deck.
Oh.
Because he's got the Hellion. Because otherwise that thing makes 0 sense in a deck. Like, ever.
That's true.
So yeah, this has got to be Sarkhan's Unsealing. And he's just not drawn the Unsealing. Yeah, make it look like we're digging for lands.
That's fine. Gave me the land.
Yeah,
doesn't
we
want to
still
give me
don't
the
have
thing.
a desert, do we? That's super awkward.
We still have to tap out.
You have to cast that down, I think. That's such a huge hit of damage otherwise.
Which means I guess we play the Bloodfast as well.
Yeah.
And we do it before he gets Blossoming Defense out, potentially.
I mean, it sucks using it on a thing that's going to die
I mean,
anyway.
to be fair, Khan has bought us 10 life, because he's going to attack Khan here, surely.
Probably, yeah.
No.
No, he's got a little man to chip Khan with, yeah.
No. I'm not sure. This is...
Yeah, one at Khan and
Oh,
one. Yeah.
no, he puts 5 to Khan. Okay, well, thanks, Khan, for buying us more life.
Oh, I guess the Vine... We can't muck with the Vineware, can we? So, whereas we might have had a Fatal Push or something.
We have to contend with Alpha, otherwise Carnage Tyrant gets haste.
Yeah, and we are very dead. I suppose we could have waited for him to cast the Tyrant and then... Oh no, Blossoming Defense again, yeah.
And I'm going to draw... We're at 18 life, and we need to find some kind of an answer. Vraska doesn't do it. What's our answer? The reason why you run Khan in this deck is because you need a source of continual card advantage, and Khan comes down on turn 4 and provides that. And normally you can just sit behind a wall of zombies. Now, we're left in a very awkward position now.
If we can hit a desert here, then we can play an Arch and Hour.
No, we can't.
No, it's only 4 still. Ugh. I think we're just dead here.
I think we're dead here.
You get so much
Let's draw a
trample
card.
damage. Yeah, no good.
Let's draw another card.
You can't. You...
And we're dead.
Yeah, very dead.
So yeah, that's the reason why I play Khan in this deck.
If the card for Exit Arena was legal, you'd play that, wouldn't you?
I'd probably play Phyrexian Arena.
You just need something that lets you draw 2 cards a turn, a reasonable amount of the time.
So this is the matchup that Gonti and the Gifted Aetherborns are for.
Are really good in. Yeah.
They don't help against the Vine Bear, granted, but they deal with Carnage Tyrants quite nicely. The other thing being, no, there's not really that much else. If this is a Sarkhan's Unsealing deck, we do want Brontodon.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. We don't want... Juresis does that...
Unsealing, yeah.
And it did get rid of a Chandra that game.
No, you've got Vraska for Unsealing. I think that's fine.
Yeah, okay. Bloodfast we don't want.
No.
Cast Down was fine.
Deliverance is
good.
bad.
Deliverance is very bad. Rejuvenator, Bronzestone, Swordtooth. These are all good cards.
Is there anything that we want to cut to make the Duress space for the Unsealing?
Not really. I just want to have my opponent staring down, looking there,
Like
staring at Black Worm.
your planeswalkers get less good in the face of unsealing, right? Because he can play the unsealing to either hit the planeswalkers or sweep the board. So maybe do you want to cut the Nissa?
Yeah, I don't like Nissa. Alright, Nissa for a duress.
Yeah.
Yeah, Khan can be a little slow, that is the problem. But he does tick up to quite a high loyalty on turn 4.
Yeah, they need quite a substantial board to actually attack him to death.
You also need to dig for sometimes for your first desert to turn on the Hour of Promise. Overall,
the other good function he has in this deck is that normally speaking, you tick your Khan up, on average reveal a land and a spell. That looks okay.
I think we have to keep that.
Yeah. So yeah, you tick your Khan up, on average you reveal a land and a spell, and your opponent gives you the land. Normally you'd be disappointed with that, but out of this particular deck that actually needs to hit all of its land drops well into the late game, it actually kind of works out roughly equal for you. That sometimes they give you the spell when you want the land and vice versa, and that's a bit awkward, but quite often they give you the land and you're totally okay with that.
Especially because what you almost always want is the desert, and if that's the land, that's what they tend to give you. So we just keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Would quite like to have seen something
And there's
to play.
no earthly way of knowing.
But there was no turn 1 land or else, which helps.
Yeah, I'm not sure this deck of our opponents is actually any good. I think it's a bit of a gimmick.
It is a bit of a gimmick, but it was a gimmick that absolutely destroyed us in game 1.
Well, we got beaten by a Vine Mare.
I mean, I'm not scared of the turn whatever land or else for you.
No.
So it's Khan here.
Yeah. Make it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, because then it means we play Vraska next turn. If we play Rejuvenator, that takes 5. We get to play the 6th next turn.
Yeah.
So Rejuvenator isn't
as impactful. Yeah. But I suppose we can fit Khan in after Vraska sometime. When we then need to find more action. Take your first desert.
We've got two deserts in play already.
I guess take the
That's
Bloom
not
Marsh then
relevant.
for fixing. Yeah. For smoothing.
We've got 2 lands here. I kind of want to just take the desert still.
More effects. Yeah.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, now we get to play Vraska next turn.
Then use her to kill that. So we take 3 here so that we can block for Vraska next turn.
Yeah.
Ideally. Or we do that.
Or Hour of Promise.
Nah, we just Vraska.
Vraska kill that, but then Vraska dies.
No, because she... No,
I think it's got trample.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you kill the token,
And block the 4/4,
but then this
but
gives
then
whatever he plays haste.
Carnage Torrent kills us very hard.
Hour of Promise then, surely. That's what's
yeah,
the
and then we
safest thing here.
can like double the 4/4 and kill whatever he plays next. Yeah.
Cool. This is the most powerful card by far in our
By a
deck.
country mile, yeah. So we don't actually need to get any deserts here, do we?
So we just get 2
Oh no, we
Blooming
need
Marshes.
1 desert.
We've got 3.
Oh yeah, we've got 3 already.
And it's not a graveyard deck, so we don't need that scavenger ground. So I'm just going to go 2 Blooming Marshing for fixing.
Yeah.
No attacks. And this leaves us in a reasonable position now.
Again, unless he's got like a Carnage Torrent or something, then we take a big old hit.
Fine Mare.
Not a dinosaur,
It's not a dinosaur.
so we're fine. So if he offers, we double the 3/3. Play Vraska, kill the 4/4.
Yes, absolutely right. We've still got the Rejuvenator to chump the Vine
If he just
Mare.
attacks with the 4/4, then we just double that.
Yeah.
Take it that way.
I don't think he attacks it, does he? Plays 7, doesn't attack. That's what I would be doing. So you don't really want to trade any of that for zombies, do you?
Apparently
So
he
here we
does.
just trade
Yeah.
a zombie for a dinosaur.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be double. Definitely keep the Rejuvenator because we need that to stand in the way of the horse.
Absolutely. Okay, so now we have to play Vraska
Kill
as a
the,
removal spell, the Regisaur Alpha.
Yeah.
Let me play the Blooming Marsh because it's. Or we could play a land, sack the treasure, Khan.
Yeah, definitely.
Are we taking Khan down to make a construct?
No, I feel like we need to get our card back.
But if we play Khan, take down, make a construct, chump the Vine Mare. Next turn can't tick down, make a construct. We've got two 2/2 constructs to block the Vine
No,
Mare.
I feel like we because also if we tick Khan up, then if he's got something to get our one creature out of the way, he can't kill Khan with a single hit from the.
Some powerful options there.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna get the Sawtooth, but that's fine because that can also block the Vine Mare next turn.
That trades the Vine Mare. No attacks. Pass turn.
Yeah, this way he can't. If we tick the Khan down, there might be some line that he can come up with where he kills both our planeswalkers. This way, I don't think he can kill both our
That's
planeswalkers.
kind of annoying.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's a little tilty, that thing. 2 bodies.
One of which has haste. Yeah.
I mean, I just let Vraska die. We've got another Vraska under Khan we can get.
Have a think.
Otherwise, I have to trade both of those, and Vraska still dies. Chump that. What, and chump and let
Vraska goes to
No.
1, then we
got no
can't
board.
take her down. Yeah, no,
So
you're
we
right.
just let Vraska die. There's
Yeah.
another one under Khan.
Yeah, if we want it that badly, yeah.
Because we can tick down, get Vraska, play Swordtooth and Vraska.
Or we can start by just playing Sawtooth, can't we? And then playing 2 lands.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so we can even play the tap land. So I think we tick down, get Vraska,
Yeah, I agree.
kill the Register Alpha again.
Yeah, I agree again.
Play 2 lands.
Pass the turn.
And then that can trade for that.
And then we can double the 3/3.
Or trade 1/1 and 2/2.
Yeah, it largely depends how and what he attacks. How he attacks and who attacks where.
I think he's running out of action though, and we are definitely not.
Agreed. Did he just cycle something? Is that what that was?
Okay, that hasn't got haste. We're alright.
Oh, it's so adorable.
Yes, that thing is rather scary. What do we want? Something with Death Touch, I guess.
Oh, no attacks. We'll take no attacks. Yeah, activate Khan first.
Nothing.
See what we find.
A couple of lands, disappointing.
Boo. Play a land untapped and pop the Arch. See what we find.
Yeah, I don't think we're activating deserts this turn, so I think we tap the colourless mana. Or we'll leave up 1 black desert. See what we've got. That is good.
Hey,
That's an answer for Carnage Tyrant.
jobs are good.
1, 2, and we can even use the treasure to play the Elvish Rejuvenator as well.
Sweet. More deserts.
Yes, it is nice. It is very nice. And now we still get to then sack the treasure for green. And play our Elvish Rejuvenator.
And the ramp train just keeps on rolling.
Oops, that should have been dual land. Oh well. And we just keep going.
And the rowers keep on rowing.
And my opponent can't attack with Carnage Torrent because of all the black things.
All the 2/2s, yeah.
Can't attack with Vine Mare because of the
Ooh,
Swordtooth.
that's a sweet one. Goreclaw Terror of Calcisma.
Whenever it attacks, so we're going to kill that with Vraska.
Yeah, 100,000%. Otherwise we're going to die, because it gives all of his creatures trample when it attacks.
Oh, does it?
Yep, that's what it
That's
says.
a good draw as well. So we're going to start with ticking down Vraska,
Yeah, oh yeah.
because we know we're killing Goreclaw.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever it attacks, all of his big guys get +1/+1 on trample, so it would kill us very hard.
First push,
we'll,
okay,
we'll
we
have a
get
duress, yeah.
But this is why the Bontu's Last Reckoning
Pop the Arch.
isn't any good in here.
Yeah, because when you get you even in even at the earlier stages when we might have used a sweeper, then the drawback of not being able to keep doing all of this would have just set us so far back. That,
A Gifted Etherborn and Fatal
Just
Push is
died.
fine by me.
yeah, and we've even got a treasure for a nice easy revolt. Do we want to just pick something off with a desert now?
The Hellion is Trample 7/3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Actually, no. Zed. Sacrifice a desert, kill a 7 at the conduit,
And then fatal push the-
fatal
yeah.
push.
Like it.
Leave the treasure in play.
Yep. Sounds good.
And I think we're in quite a good position now.
Reasonable shape, yeah.
And this is where this deck gets out of control. You just keep creating more and more and more value. And you know what? Carnage Tyrant should be scary, but they're not.
Because you've got a million guys in the way, yeah.
And this trades for a Carnage Tyrant.
Yeah. And then at some point, if a Vraska's allowed to tick up for long enough, then you'll just ultimate a Vraska and
win the game.
Swing a bunch of Menace Pirates at them. Yeah.
So we start. What's under Khan currently? Fatal Push.
Nothing relevant, really. Yeah. Just keep ticking them up.
We get to find the goods. Oh, look at that! And never to return
one or the other.
Or a Vraska's Contempt. Not that I can kill his relevant threats.
You just kill a 3/3 and carry on.
And we've tutored so many lands out of our deck that
the odds of drawing spells are actually pretty damn high. Yeah.
There we go. Just making sure to tap all of the commander that can't.
We just need to make sure we can kill our opponent before we deck. That's the only real problem now.
Well, that's just wait till Vraska gets to ultimate, basically.
And then I'd leave up the cast down just in case of like.
We've got the cast down anyway.
Oh, have you? Oh yeah.
We've got loads. What's scariest?
Gorklor. Not that I think he's got any regrow effects, but you never know.
Want to attack with a Gifted Aetherborn? It trades with any of these three things if he wants to block it.
Yeah. And we like the life gain. Yeah.
See, this is what this deck was built for. This deck was to be super sweet.
Sadly, on the actual day that we took it to the team event, you seemed to suffer from a chronic 2-land syndrome, didn't you?
Yeah, the deck would much rather be flooded than starved, and I was starved over and over
Frequently,
again.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not milling out. I've got 25 cards. I'm not drawing that much.
Yeah, we're only drawing 2 a turn. It's fine.
Just got to get to Vraska. Well, but we are exiling 2. Ooh, Hour of Promise.
Although that also does accelerate us towards. I mean, we're not getting it, so it's fine.
I'm starting to get bored. Let's just kill some animal royals.
Boredom, always a good reason to do something.
Float a mana for your no cards in hand.
Activate. Kill the other one with the deadlands at least. Don't use it. Don't use another spell to do it. Submit.
Yeah, I know. I am aware that the
and
Aetherborn
then attack with just the Aetherborn.
Just the Aetherborn still.
Yeah. And then next turn maybe we can start Menace Pirating him to death.
I mean, we can even pump Menace Pirate. There we go.
We've had enough now. Yep.
Yes, it might have taken another 5 turns.
I've seen enough.
I mean, what was our opponent's out? Sarkaz on the ceiling, then Giant Thing?
And then the Worm to do 7 to everything, yeah. So I think that does creatures, players and planeswalkers, so that would have cleared a bunch of stuff off, but we'd have still had like a card in play.
Let's keep going, and that's fine.
Yep. Agreed.
Game of Peace.
It's very derpy, but it is quite fun.
Don't get me wrong, it's not the most powerful deck in Standard, far from it.
By a long way. Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun.
It's also one of yours, yeah.
It's also one of mine. It's exactly the kind of deck I love playing, and yeah, it didn't do well at the RPTQ, but it did go to an RPTQ. Yeah. Ash Ketchum. The Gideon.
It's an interesting question, actually. Detection Tower, is that a new update for the deck?
Detection Tower.
Does that remove hexproof from black? Is that how that works?
It does.
Yeah.
It removes hexproof from creatures and players, so it would remove hexproof from black.
From Vinemare and from.
Actually, Cedric, I think that's a really good point.
Yeah, it's just that you haven't really updated the deck since the most recent core set came out, with the exception of Palaka Worm. But
yeah. I don't even hate the idea of putting one in the main.
You've certainly got the space.
You can tutor it up in a number of different ways. Huh. Yeah, I think I agree with you 100%. And as soon as we finish this league, I'm going to add one in. Not that this deck's got long for rotation anyway, but
if you've got a tower already, you may as well slot it in.
Because Vinemare is an issue, and Carnage Tyrant
can be, yeah. depending on how well set up you've got.
Yeah. Keep.
Can't argue with that.
These trade up.
I mean, you can, but you'd be wrong. And in the meantime, they gain you a bunch of life.
That they do. And I can kill a Llanowar Elves, and my opponent is mulled to 5. Ouch.
But he kept on top, so he's effectively more to 6-ish.
He's on the play, though. And drawing a desert is good.
Because the arrow promises get better. Ah, the awkward lineup of the Llanowar Elves to green mana draw.
That is very awkward.
That's what happens when you don't play 13. When you don't play 13 green sources in your deck.
There's the card itself, Hour of Promise. It is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That. His hand is quite weak, I think.
Well, he mulled to 5. It's not really his fault.
And we attack.
Get her in.
We do need sea lands at some point, but then Khan will dig us to lands.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel kind of bad for the opponent. I don't think he's in a fantastic position.
No mercy.
Khan.
No mercy.
Do we attack with the Gifted Aetherborns and trade for both? We have to, because their hand is weak. They've got even...
And I don't really care about them attacking it here into Khan, do you? So what are we...
Regisaur
Yeah,
Alpha?
we might lose Khan to a Regisaur Alpha. Yeah.
Attack with 1 then? Leave 1 back? Protect Khan?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Sounds good to me. Now we want them to give us a desert here. What are the options? They're giving us Khan or... I didn't see the other card. Well, they've given us Khan and we've exiled, yeah.
Away with Sawtooth, yeah, that's fine.
They don't know that we haven't got any lands.
So then when we plus Khan again next turn,
They'll give us a land.
They'll give us a land almost certainly, yeah.
Phoenix
the chicken.
gets contempted.
Yep. That is a pretty laggy animation there. Which, I mean, it's pretty and laggy.
And they give us Arch.
Sweet.
And then...
Still want to contempt the Phoenix here, I think.
I think so too.
I mean, our promise is sweet and all, but we're not in a rush there. Whereas that needs to go. Particularly, again, before our opponent might have any blossoming defences or other shenanigans.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I would have liked another black mana there to cast the Duress as well, because the Duress is losing value. Now that's a card that one might get them back into it.
It'll certainly put some pressure on.
Oh,
There we go. Well, we'll activate the Khan first, right?
Yeah, I'm just deciding which way, but I think we have to keep going up because we need lands, which we find. We get the tap land, I assume.
Yeah. So rejuvenate a tap land.
Duress, they might have a card in hand that we can take. So I guess you start with the Duress. Ugh, another Vine Mare.
So then the line that we have to beat that is we go tick Khan. Next turn we go tick Khan down, play another Khan, tick that down as well, and try and build up enough artifact men to actually stand in the way.
Get another desert, I think, here.
Yeah. Which means actually that if they attack Khan with the Vine Mare here, we let them hit it for 5.
Yeah.
So that we can build up a block for 3 next turn on the Vine Mare.
Now there's the Unsealing.
Unsealing, and then we can't play the Vine Mare as well. Okay, that's fine.
Well, that's not too bad then.
Yeah.
That's not as scary as it could have been.
It'll be problematic next turn when he gets to kill one of our guys that can actually block a Vine Mare, but
We need a Vraska.
we do a bit.
Or even the dinosaur.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we let this through.
Khan takes the damage. What have we got under here? Although we've got a this doesn't get Sarkhan and Unsealings and blocks. And we have the City's Blessing, so this gets ticked down.
Yeah, you're right.
And we can Hour of Promise in addition to this.
And do that as well. Yeah, this is all good. Are you certain?
5, 1, 2, 3. Yep, we can do both.
Where are we going? We don't need roads.
So we need 1 desert and the draw card.
We already got it.
Oh, we've already got it.
Yeah.
So we just get 2 deserts then, yeah?
Yeah, 2 dead lands. Ching-ching.
And now I think we attack with both
Send them
Gifted
both.
Aetherborns. Because it is relevant. I mean, they're down to 8 life.
Yep. And we're up to 34.
Da-da-da-da. What do you got? What do you got? If this is the 7 power dude, I'm very sad.
The Hellion. Yeah, that would be super awkward.
Okay, so he kills one of the Aetherborns. That's okay.
That's an interesting pick. I would have probably...
Killed the Khan?
Yeah.
Can we it go to Planeswalkers?
Oh, yeah, any target, yeah. So
Hmm.
now we can't attack the
Interesting.
Khan. So I'm kind of a fan of take down here, I think. Right.
The problem with that is you can still just kill one of the constructs with the unsealing at some point.
Yeah. But then the other Khan in our hand isn't getting any value if we don't. What's under this one still?
Nothing
super relevant.
But if we tick up, then we can start looking for Vraska,
True.
which does deal with this unsealing.
Oh, you want to tick up and then tick up again, perhaps.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Or maybe if he puts a Vraska away, then
Hour
we can.
of Promise. I'll take an Hour of Promise.
So
Because
do you
I
want
can
to
play Khan, tick down, Hour
tick
of
down and
Promise.
get Hour of Promise again? Yeah. Yeah, I don't hate that. Hold up. Do you want to, rather than Hour, do we want to kill like a Servant to shut him off mana a bit? He's kind of stuck on mana here. Do you want to use Deadlands to kill the Servant, maybe? No, he's got the Elves. You're right. Carry on. Carry on with what you were doing.
We'll tick down. We'll get the
Just
Hour
make
of
sure you
Promise.
click on the right one to keep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because actually, if he's on 8 and then about to go to 6, then we might just be able to just mob him to death with all these 2/2s. Unless he, as you say, unless he gets the Hellion.
That's true.
Turbo awkward, but I don't think
Yeah,
there's much
Desert
we can do
and
about
a
it.
Blooming
We
Marsh.
have played into the Hellion quite hard here, but
Don't think we've got much choice.
like, do you want to attack with everything here?
So if we attack with everything, he can block 4. So he eats, takes 7. I don't think I want to attack with
No,
everything
just send in
yet.
the Aether Ball. Yeah, because we can defend Khan for another turn.
And then next turn we've got the surprise of trampling something and killing one of the mana dorks.
Yeah.
So he's reaching the point where he's going to chump anyway, so that's
Yeah.
fine. Land, pass the turn.
Yeah, Hellion is the death draw for us here, but oh, that's fine.
Phoenix kills something though.
Yeah, it kills the Aether Ball probably.
But then it gets Vraska's Contempted, and I think we might win if we attack all out now this
Yeah,
time.
with the desert as well. Yeah, yeah. Take the Khan out. That's fine.
Yes, I think we do win now. Even better that he took the Khan out. So now we get to... Do we have enough? We do definitely have enough black mana. Yep.
Yeah, and he didn't float a mana, so he's got a Blossoming Defense. So we get rid of that. And then he blocks and dies. Yep.
Sweet! We got past the Sarkhan's Unsealing deck.
Swing for the fences.
Yeah, and that's
2, 4, 6, 8. Who do we appreciate?
good game. That was good.
That was good.
Ta-da! Victory for the black-green ramp deck. Sweet. I think we're going to have to call it there, I'm afraid. The shop that we play in is going to be shutting reasonably shortly. Thanks everyone for joining Sam and I for
It's been good fun, yeah.
a couple of leagues, or a league and a half if you like, of Magic Arena.
A league of their own, let's say.
A league of their own. Rob and I will be back later in the week. We're thinking Wednesday about the same time. So Wednesday at about 7:30 p.m. We're going to go through a draft.
Keep an eye on the Weekend Warlords Facebook page for any further updates for
We will...
similar things and other. We might start streaming some other stuff. Who knows?
Yep, streaming to Twitch and YouTube. And we're also going to be streaming F&M on Friday. So you'll be able to see some actual paper magic, maybe a little bit of Legacy between rounds. So thanks very much, everyone, and good night.